Hello, everybody. I hope y'all are having a great weekend. It's the new legal, of course. Six Slayer, of course. J-Rock, of course.
There you go.
This is Di-RRec Gaming. True indeed. I got the legendary Chit Chat. I just came up with this nickname for my super chat now. The legendary Xbox team over on that side of the streets, they're called the Chit Chat team. That's the Chit Chat now. So, you know, they control the narrative here at Di-RRec Gaming. If you come into that chit chat, you ain't representing Xbox the way they think, God bless you. That's all I'm going to say. We try to embark with the real gamers, but we try to make this Xbox home. Shouts to all the gamers around the world, because we have people who are around the world. We're spread out, and we are very grateful for that. But today, I'm going in. This is going to be nothing but headshots. Very interesting subject, and we're going to get down to it. Six Slayer, how you feeling today, man?
Feeling good. Well, a lot better than I felt earlier today. Yeah, most of the day I had this migraine just thumping. All of a sudden it goes away. I'm like, yo, we're not doing a Dragon's Den today because, you know, unfortunate circumstances happened. So, yo, we got to do something. So, you know, link up with my boy New Legal, link up with my boy J-Rock. Here we are.
Yeah, you hit me up, man. You was like, yo, get this stuff going, man. I gotta talk gaming. So yeah, this is pretty much Six idea right now, man. J-Rock. I know J-Rock pounded me this week too, man. He didn't get in on our last show. So he was like, Legal, look, you're gonna have to schedule an appointment this weekend because I want in. How you feeling, J-Rock?
I'm good, man. I can't wait to get this show started, man. I can't wait.
Yes, sir, man. Before we start this show, we're going to, of course, always give the shout outs, man, to the chat. We're going to let them see what they got to say right now. What up, Chit Chat? Y'all in the building. Let's do this, man. We got 9'6" Slay up in there acting up, man. He was communicating with them. Scotty Spliffin. My dude is up in here, man. Scotty Spliffin. The legendary Cicada's in the building. He's here, man. He is here. The Chit Chat room is not anything to mess with, bro. I got my man Louis L in the building. So we're going to get to it now, man. Yo, spread it out. Let them know. Send the bat signal out with the Xbox symbol up, man, because we getting in. I like to talk about why people are having a hard time understanding why PlayStation games, first of all, going to PC. I remember, and it wasn't that long ago, because it was all good just a week ago, right, y'all? Where we was getting made fun of because we didn't have exclusives. Our games were going to PC. And at that time, people truly didn't understand that Xbox and PC are like brothers and sisters, man. I mean, they're not that far away. And they just can't understand that concept because they don't understand that AMD has been helping to make Xboxes for many years. AMD is not a console market company. It is a technological hardware company for computers. Tech, if I mess up anywhere along the way, correct me, sir. But
no, I got you. You're good so far. You're valid so far.
Got you. I don't think people understand that parable when we talked about Xbox's game is PC. They just don't. There's a stumbling block there in their mentality, right? That they don't understand that. But so I hope that I just described that to the lowest grade of elementary preschool level that I could possibly say. It's when you hear that, just know that AMD's specializations are inside of Xbox specifications, which brings a unity together, which makes a magnificent thing called Xbox, the console, to run off of features and power and and specs and all these beautiful things that we see, right?
Yeah,
So,
a lot of things you see on PC, Xbox is the brand that's bringing that to console. Always has been.
right. So you never see this marriage that's only one person. It's a marriage. It's a marriage. So it's AMD, it's Microsoft, which Xbox thrives in. Okay, so enough of that. Microsoft was ahead of the game. Years back, it looked like Microsoft was just searching ways to find sales, right? Or so it seems. We do know for a fact that Phil Spencer went to, and I hate this, right? Because it's like we're on a broken record. But forgive me, because it seems like it's a broken record with people out here. But this show ends all of that. This is going to end this show with the truths. It's truth over feelings when it comes to us, man. Sorry, we just can't help it.
Yeah.
We know that Phil Spencer went to Satya, right? Xbox wasn't in a good look. I think we had the show not too long ago when we talked about how Xbox is number 2 in worldwide sales, and Microsoft has been treating it like a foster child. Haven't even put the effort into Xbox, and it was second worldwide all this time. Okay, Nintendo ain't beat it, and PlayStation was number 1. Nintendo was always number 3. All right, this goes back to the 360 days. So once Microsoft actually made a sequel console, it's always been number 2 worldwide in the market. That's facts. Go look it up. You can go look it up. That's not even up for debate. So when you think about all the mishaps, the Ring of Death, the DRM situations with Xbox, the console war sales with Xbox, right? For some strange reason, the abandonment of Microsoft with Xbox. My Xbox has went through, you name it, bro. You see what I'm saying? Since its birth, it's always been an underdog situation. Since its birth, we know the story of Direct Xbox. When the Microsoft Windows guys laughed at it because it was going to become a console thing. So even within Microsoft, there was war going on with this thing called Xbox. And it makes for a beautiful ending, right? It really does when you think about it. Because a console like Xbox has been through it all, but why is it still here? It hasn't even died. No one can even say Xbox has been resurrected because it never died. To me, Xbox is like Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Jason. You can shoot it, you chop its head off, you can burn it up, you can do whatever you want to do to it. But for some reason, it always comes back. And Xbox, when it comes back, it's always better, right? It always comes back better. So I know what y'all are thinking. What the hell is the new legal talking about? Where is he going with this? It's a new day, y'all. It's called PlayStation now is on PC. That's not old news, right? Yeah, it is. Because PlayStation Network went to PC years ago. The problem wasn't that PC was gaining PlayStation games. The real problem was, they're old games and they're not day ones. My answer to that was, so what? Do you not know that day one day is coming for you, right? Whether you like it or not. And today is that show. Day one PlayStation games are coming to PC sooner than you think. What Sony is doing is slow cooking y'all, because Sony knows y'all a little slow out there. They see how y'all act. They know it. I told you, you've been bothering them for a few years. Sony's been wanting to progress. They just don't know how to do it with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are always cracking the eggs upside y'all's heads. So they're like, look, we're just going to have to take this in on a slow little ride, sneak it through the back door, and they'll be just fine. Just like how this DRM thing happened and everybody's cool today. See how that happened? That's what's going to happen with this PlayStation games going to PC. Now, before I elaborate on my quest, I got 2 mics. If these guys got anything to talk about on behalf of what I'm saying, Six Slayer and J-Rock, you can take it over. Then I'm going to proceed with the slaughter. Let's go.
Absolutely. Listen, man, we've been telling them this was gonna happen. It was only a matter of time. We saw. Listen, the writing was on the wall, right? We saw what was going on. We heard Jim Ryan. He said a slate of games was coming, and I'm just here to tell you that's okay. You know, listen. You got to break out of this matrix that they're in, right? This mental imprisonment, because they only care because they're mentally shackled into this belief that exclusives give give a console its worth, which isn't true. Like a console is only as valuable as the exclusive it holds. That's false. It's all in your head. You're the one who implements and dictates what value is, right? That's all subjective. Like we money is only as valuable as the belief people give to it, right? If people don't believe, have no belief in a currency, then the currency is of no value. So that's to say, you got to break out this mental imprisonment. You got to break out this matrix where people believe, hey, if other people get to enjoy these games, they're no longer valuable to me. And that's not true. Like, why do I care what other people are enjoying, right? I'm never gonna. I have no intentions of playing on PC, right? So how does it affect me that someone is gonna play their games on PC and I'm gonna play my games on console? I'm still gonna get the same enjoyment. Why? Because I place the enjoyment of the game. That is the value for me. Is the enjoyment I get out of the game. Is that enjoyment is not dependent on whether or not somebody else has access to it. Now, once you do that, then you're messing yourself up. How is it that say if six layer, right? He's playing on his PC. How is it that me obtaining the knowledge that he's playing the same exact game on his PC that I'm playing on console? How does that affect my enjoyment of it?
There's
That
only one
that
way. There's only one way. There's only one way. If you too much in your feelings about where the games are going, which is already stupid in the first place, but why would you care about that to begin with? It's because that's been the narrative, you know? That's all they talk
right.
about all the time, and that house of cards starts to collapse in on itself. You just left looking stupid. And it's not even that
Exactly.
Sony is doing anything wrong by putting their games on PC. They waited a
Mm-mm.
while for God of War. After it sold out, to everyone who's gonna buy it.
Right.
Pretty much, the sales in that game are pretty much dead now, right? If you
Mm-hmm.
didn't play or buy the game, you probably don't plan to play or buy the game. So they gotta put some lipstick on this new pig and put it out there to get some more sales. And the easy way to do that is to put it on platforms it wasn't on.
Right.
The biggest of which being the PC. Like, this is not a bad move. But the problem was, as we know, when
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft made the same sort of announcement up front, hell, the situation was so crazy. It's a legendary situation between Phil Spencer and Crap Gamer, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here, to clown on Crap Gamer. He does that enough to himself. But the point of it is, it could have been anybody. It's just stupid to think that way. That's the point.
It is.
That's the point. It's stupid to think that way. The game has been out on the PlayStation console. Everybody who's gonna play it already did. They're not making no more money off of it. What do? You recycle it. You put it on platforms that it wasn't on. You're not gonna put it on the competing consoles, obviously, but you can put it on the PC. And the better it does, the more they're gonna look at this like, yo, next time we're not gonna wait till the game is dead, right? We're gonna put it out a lot earlier. So what No Legal is alluding to, and many others, including myself, I know you said the same thing, J-Rock. Now it's gonna get to a point where day and date will be a thing. Is it gonna happen off bat? No. So you ponies out there looking for that little excuse to say, oh, see, it didn't come out day and date. This is just the beginning. Wait and see. It'll be a slow transition in that respect. But PlayStation first-party games coming to PC has already been a thing. Major exclusives coming to PC has already been a thing. Death Stranding, it's how, as much as I don't even respect it as a game, it just goes to show. I could have liked the game or disliked it. The point still remains, right? That's a game that was exclusive to PlayStation, and it wasn't even 6 months, I don't think. Or was it? And they announced it for PC. You PlayStation guys lost their shit. They lost it big time too, because they saw what was going on. And not only that, it was all the talking they said about this game, all the hype, all the rah, and didn't really sell anything at all. So what they got to do to make this money back? Put it on PC. And that was a game that didn't do too well. God of War was one of the best-selling PlayStation 4 games last generation. Like I said, it sold out. They need to make this money. They're going to do that. And once again, the point being, all these dudes out here running their mouths, making it seem like it's the worst thing. You guys made it seem like the worst thing. Had y'all never run your had y'all never ran your mouths about that back when y'all did that, it coming to PC now wouldn't even be that big of a deal. Other than the fact, it's still a uncommon thing as of now. It's only being increasingly common. It wasn't a thing that would ever happen before. But it's the PC, like JyzalGamingTV explained. It's the PC. Why do you even care? That's a platform. That's not even a competing platform. Oh, now you see that as a competing platform because it represents Microsoft, and you see, and that's the thing about it. Notice how and why and when they get mad about anything that happens. And if you go back, you notice, because it's a contradiction to their narratives. The same crap that they've been saying that never made sense back when they originally said it. If you notice, none of the stuff these fanboys say has ever made sense. Back when it was a new thing out of their mouths and fingers when they were putting on Twitter and elsewhere, right? It matters. And this is another thing I was debating with New Legal here. Like, what they say, what these people are doing out here in these streets, they do affect other people, because people who don't know at all, who don't know nothing from nothing, right? Like when I explained, a lot of, moms and stuff, wanted to get their kids present for Christmas, and they were thinking about consoles, and they were asking me about, what consoles to get. And I would always say, the Series S, and maybe if you can get the Xbox All Access. We all know about that and the value it provides, right? But a lot of those women who know nothing about games would be like, one of their responses would be like, but I heard Xbox has no games. Okay? People who don't care shit about video games or consoles or nothing, and are only interested to ask because they want to get their child a present for the holidays, still hears Xbox has no games. That's the point behind all that crap these fanboys put out there. It influences people who don't even know left from right in the situation, because that's not their lane. So all that misinformation, all that stuff, it's purposeful. And that's why they're so angry now when their house of cards is falling apart. This is just one of many examples of the narratives we've been talking about for like 2 years now, ever since Cerny, was up on that podium explaining us all, on the tech that was supposed to be in the PlayStation 5. Ever since then, one after another, these narratives have been slowly destroyed. It used to be a weekly thing, right? It used to be a weekly thing. Beginning of the week, some new rumor or some drama would pop up. These PlayStation fanboys would run with it. It was all crap from the beginning if you was to sit back and think about it. And by the end of the week, the facts would be out, and the people who were saying all this crap are made to look like clowns. Now it's a nearly daily occurrence. Is it not?
Six, some of them are coming to the realization that this is coming. So they're already talking about. They're already finally talking some sense, right? They're saying, well, even if it does come day and date to the PC, I'll still stick with consoles because that is my preference. And that's exactly what we've been saying for years. Every time they were saying, oh, it got no games, we say it got plenty of games, but they're not exclusive. But why does it matter to me? I have no intentions of playing on any other platform. My preference is console gaming, so what does it matter to me? As long as they're providing the product that I want, and I get that experience. What does it matter to me? Oh, it matters. So I asked him. So what percentage of your enjoyment that you got out of the game was because it was exclusive? If he was to tell me, if it would have been if the enjoyment of the game was like a 7, is it being an exclusive make it a 9? Does it add 2 more points to your enjoyment?
Yeah, well, JyzalRock, you see how that goes too, because a lot of these guys don't even play any of these games. It's questionable if they even have, PS5, especially at this early point. But even these guys who's talking all that crap about the PS4, they
but
just
sick.
use it for
as humans, right? We don't do that. We don't do that nonsense with anything else. Like you imagine you go to a restaurant, right? You're sitting down, and you ask for some fettuccine alfredo, right? And the guy next to you asks for the same thing, and you look over, he's like, "Oh, damn, you got the same order I'm having." Do you think that's gonna somehow lessen the taste of the fettuccine alfredo of your plate? Are you gonna enjoy it more? Seeing, oh,
Of
I'm the
course
only
not.
one in this I'm the only one in this restaurant that got this fettuccine alfredo. This is exclusive.
Of
What
course
kind
not.
of nonsense is this?
Right.
Let the
But you
man
see
enjoy his bowl of food. Let me enjoy my bowl of food.
Yeah, but the mentality of it is, see, this is what I was saying. This is why, because a lot of these dudes don't even have the consoles and games they're talking about. They're too busy on Twitter 24/7. Okay, there's certain ones we know they be in Xbox podcasts, every Xbox podcast, and there's a lot of them nowadays. So then if you're in most of them and everybody, like, for example, you already know the one guy, I'm not even going to name his name because I'm not trying to give him no shine or anything. Like, I think he feeds off of that one way or another, right? But we all know who we're talking about, right? He's a brand name in this. He's in every podcast, and everybody wonders the same thing. When do you play any games? Because you're in every podcast chat every day. And a lot of these guys are just like this person, okay? That's all they do is talk. They don't even have these games. So the game for them is to talk all this crap. That's all it is. Because none of it makes any sense to anyone. But hey, it just goes to show. It just goes to show. But, we got so many other things we could be talking about right now. So many more important things we could be talking about right now. I got one. How about Digital Foundry drooling over themselves with Forza Horizon 5?
You
I
saw
haven't
that?
even seen the video yet. I've seen that it's been posted. I got it in my watch later list. I'm going to check it later. But I'm already seeing the reactions. I'm already seeing what, dude, the guy, too, from Digital Foundry. His name escapes me. The guy who's mostly contradicting himself and saying the PlayStation 5 still runs better, you dolt, which was legendarily false. What's his name? Not Alex Battaglia. That dude from Digital Foundry. I want to call his name out because I definitely want to give him some shade. But at the same time, he was sitting there drooling over the game. Drooling over it. But we'll talk about that later. But Legal, you got something more important you want to talk about real quick?
As soon as y'all get done, I mean, y'all are really brewing up for a good thunderstorm warning in a minute, bro. Y'all finished?
So no. Let me piggyback off some
John Litton
of the previous. Yeah, that's John. Yeah. So I was in one of the Twitter spaces and I heard one of these Sony fanboys. He was like, as long as it's not day and date, I'm fine with it. Because the moment it goes day and date, it lessens the value of the PlayStation platform. And I was like, how does it lessen the value of a PlayStation platform that you want? Like, you're so invested into that ecosystem, right? With your trophies, your platinums, that say tomorrow God of War gets announced for the PC, right? Day and date. What are you gonna do? Are you not gonna buy the game? You're not a gamer at that point.
The whole value to them was always the debate and talking. It's not even actually about playing or owning.
It's not the game. It's not the platform. It's
really
like
about
you said. It's just it's just bullshitting over on Twitter, talking about we got something you don't. That's basically where their enjoyment comes from. It's not even actually playing the game. It's just saying we have this, you don't.
Yeah, that's all it is.
That's crazy. That's why I remember why Phil Spencer said that at Crap Gamer. Say, hold on, you canceling a pre-order of a game you want because somebody else is gonna play it?
because he was
That's
more
wild.
interested in talking that crap to other people and fanboy
Right.
console warring. And so, I bring up Crap Gamer not just to shit on him once again, although that does feel good, but and I just have to say it like that, because even when I first heard about Crap Gamer, when I was on Twitter, like before he turned and swapped platforms, right? I used to see his tweets and stuff, and I unfollowed this guy because it was a clown, because nothing he said made sense, even when he was repping for Xbox. It's not about what somebody reps for, because I know a lot of PlayStation dudes who only rep PlayStation, who don't talk no crap about Xbox, right? And I follow them, I listen to them. Once in a while, I communicate with them. Not too often, particularly lately. I've been busy, but yeah, I communicate with them, right? And they don't talk none of that crap, right? But you can see within them that they're not out there talking little side things about Xbox or PC. They stick to talking about PlayStation. And there are plenty of Xbox guys out there as well. But you see in both camps, in the Nintendo camp and the PC camp as well, there's these other guys who want to go to war with everybody in the name of the platform that they decided on. And I know you, JyzalGamingTV, and New Legal, like, both prefer Xbox as, you're generally your only console, although Legal, I know you got a Switch, right? But that's mainly for your kids. Not that you don't rock it from time to time, you play certain games, right? But we're gamers, we play games. We play games where we find them, but we have our preference. And that's cool too. But when you take your preference and you spin it into this cloud of BS, then it's just like, who wants to listen to you? And that's what happened with me and Crap Gamer. I stopped listening to him, and he was pro Xbox still at the time, and I wasn't listening to him. It's not what he's repping, it's how he's repping it. And that's what these PlayStation guys are doing. The constant contradictions just proves it even more. It lets everybody know you shouldn't be messing with these dudes. And if you mess with them, you're just like them. And you get on my mute list too. I don't block you for you to get the satisfaction. I don't know why I messed that word up. But I mute you. You don't know. You keep talking your crap, but I don't see none of it. And you don't get the satisfaction of knowing that I'm effectively blocking you. But hey, that's just the mentality. The mentality of it. A lot of these people need therapy. Honestly, I don't mean it as an insult, because it's not because PlayStation guys or Xbox guys like that, PC guys like that, Nintendo guys like that, and girls, I'm sure. It's the mentality. It's a mindset. It's not about what platform you rep. It's how you rep that platform. And most of these people don't seem to understand the difference at all.
Yo, Six Layer, J-Rock, I got something for y'all to do real quick. This is just an estimate, okay? And then I'll let y'all know what's up, because I don't know the exact number. And I don't think no human being on this earth knows the exact number other than the companies that issue out those sales for each individual aspect of money.
Right.
But just, I'm gonna hide this as a secret right now. And I want y'all to give me a number, give me the total number of 15.2 million from 2013 to 2021. Just give me that number.
Well, you want to? Yeah, I didn't get it.
Give me the number 15.2 million for the years 2013 to 2021. Total that up and give me the number. Even the chat, chit chat, give me the number for that.
I still don't follow what you're saying. So you mean
add up
15.2
million from
times how many
years of 2013 to 2021. Each year, give me 15.2 million for that.
1 second. Computer. 15.2 times 9.
15.2 times 9 is 136.8.
Yeah. 136. 136 million consoles. I guess that would have to be, right? Is he talking about consoles or?
Yeah.
Yeah, 137.
136.8, right.
Yeah, so basically 137. PC rig sold.
PC rig sold, right? 137. Six Slayer.
Yeah.
JyzalGamingTV. Add these numbers up. 78 million, 49 million, 116 million.
So you said 78, 137, and what?
243.
78
That's 240.
million,
Yeah. About
49 million, and 116 million.
243.
Yeah, it's 243. Yeah. Millions of gamers, or at least platforms available to play. Well. You there? Did something happen? I don't hear him.
Yeah, I don't hear him either.
He might be muted.
Yeah,
I'm here. I'm working my magic. Just
Okay.
read what I'm putting. That's 243 million consoles.
Yeah.
Okay. The myth that rigs outsell consoles dies today. And I even went off the total 15.2. So I could be a little lower or I could be a little higher. We don't know.
Give or take.
Right?
Okay.
But we know that console sells more than PC rigs. All right. That's the myth. All right. That's the situation right here. 137 million could be more. But when you're talking about a gap that's almost 100 some odd million, I don't think we're debating that right now. This isn't like, will consoles sell 150 million and PC sell 140 million. This is 243 million compared to 137 million. And y'all like, where are you going with this, Legal? I don't even want you to pay attention to that. All right. This is just where the bombs are coming. Today, we're about to destroy some more narratives. This day is special. This is just like I said, if you don't like Xbox, if you hating on Xbox, this isn't your show. That's just a disclaimer, okay? I'm warning everybody right now. I got C-34s flying above me right now at my discretion. As soon as I punch a button, it will detonate bombs. All right. So just buckle up and enjoy this, right? Okay, we got that out of the way. I want somebody to tell me. What's the highest selling PlayStation console ever in its history?
The PS2.
All right. How many consoles did it sell?
I want to say like 150 million, something like that.
Close, brother. Real close. And for an estimate, man, you did very well. 155 million.
And the DS was number 2, right?
I think so, but
like real close to it. Almost passed it. It almost passed it.
Right. Don't even worry about that. So 155 million consoles, right? At PlayStation's height. That was almost half. That's damn near over half of that. As a whole entire, that 243 million was all 3 consoles added. And at one time, Sony did that by itself, over half. Look at that. Right? That's when there was no competition. This is what a console can do by itself with no heavy competition. 155 million. You know where I'm going, Sakata. You know you've been around long enough. You know where I'm going. That's right. The bat signal is up. Narrative's about to get destroyed. I don't even care if you accept lames out here. It's not what this is about. This is just about truth, man. I don't care if you continue to accept lames and fakes or whatever, man. It doesn't really matter to me. I love to do this, man. This is just fun. All right. So tell me how many consoles that the PlayStation 3 sold, y'all?
80 something.
About roughly let's
85, 86, 87. Yeah, like,
about like that. We'll just say this right here, right? So we're there you go. See? Yeah, we'll go, either one, right? Either one is good. Either one is good. So whichever one you want to subtract from, subtract 155 million from 88 million. Sick. Do your thing. Show your technology.
That's a negative.
I love
That's a negative. Wait, 155 to 80. 55 and then 10 and 1, so 56. What is that, 61?
So that's 61 million drop, right?
Let me just be sure. 155 minus what?
155 million minus 89 million.
89. Yeah, 66.
Okay, let me change that. Okay, there you go. 66 million. Okay, look, the realist there. There we go. Look at this. Right there. 66 million. My man, the realist in the building. The commander-in-chief of the chit-chats in the building. 66 million. Yo, realist, put all caps on your thing. I don't like small caps. If you're gonna do this with all caps. They gotta see this. Retype that 66 million, bro. Just like you did. Even if you want to leave one in there, but bold it out, man. You know me, I'm all about the caps, man. If you're too slow, I'll do it. 66 mil, right? 66 mil. 66 mil, right? I'm the man of the caps, right? So we're gonna keep it caps. There we go. That's my fam. There we go. 66 million. So that's 66 million as a loss, right? So, and that was between what? Just one generation.
Yeah.
Something happened between the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation 3. We all know what happened because we lived that era. How much was the PlayStation 3 release price going for? Somebody look that up real quick.
$599. That's legendary. That's a legendary flop on Sony. It's about as legendary when they announced the PS1 was going to be $299 at that first E3, when the dude, he went up on the podium, said $299 and walked off. That's all he had to do to combat Sega, who had previously went up and announced the Saturn was going to be $399.
Don't get ahead of me. Don't get ahead of me, bro.
They told you to get 2 jobs.
Yeah.
And then on PS3 they told you to get 2 jobs and all that stuff. Yeah. It was the same. It was the opposite. It was the opposite situation and result.
The realist is trying to jump my ship. Stay with me. Stay with me. $599 price for PS3.
Yeah, that was a 60 gig model. I bought one. I didn't buy it at launch,
60
but I bought it
gig model. That's right.
Yep.
We're getting detailed today. I love it.
That was the one with the chip with the PS2 chip in it. You know, it had the full real backwards compatibility. See, this is when Sony actually cared about backwards compatibility. You see, that PS2, right, was successful years into the life of the PS3. You know, that's how gaming used to be. It used to be, when the PlayStation came out, those of us with Super Nintendo and Genesis were still rocking it for a little bit before we got our PlayStation. Or even if we had one, there were still a couple of games here and there you might want to touch. I mean, that was a bit of a generational leap, right? So that was less likely, but that's how it went down. That's how it used to go down up until this past generation and generation before. Sony all of a sudden wants to not talk about those things being important. Once again, with the narrative. See, it doesn't work for them now, so they'll claim it's not important.
Okay.
But all of a sudden, when it can make them money, they'll talk about it all day long. But they don't put investment in time to make that money. It's work.
Okay, so goes back to what Spliffin said. 360 happened. I like that.
Yeah, 360 happened.
So
again, Sony happened too. Let's not forget that.
So there's only so many options that we have, right? 360. Okay, this is a good classroom. 360 happened, right? Someone died. Okay, no longer on the earth. Went to other consoles. Stopped playing games altogether. Y'all see where I'm going with this, right? All together. Because for some reason, man, you just got people out here following raccoons, bro. But we don't do that here. And what else? What I'm missing? 360 happened. Someone died. Went to
Arrogant Sony happened. Arrogant Sony happened too.
No, I'm sorry. I know what I'm about to put. Or became, here you go, or became PC gamers. Said.
It's true.
These are the only options we have. What happened between one generation? You went from 155 million, you outsold every console ever made on the planet called Earth, right? And then you sold 88 million, which ain't a big deal when you think about console sales, right? But watch
particularly
this.
after the generation last when they did twice as many.
Watch this.
Yeah.
Follow me. Watch this. I don't want to lose anybody. Like I said, we're taking our time with this one. Somebody give me the numbers for how many console sales, since they love console sales. Let's talk about it. Give me the numbers of the Xbox OG.
It's like 25 million. It was slightly above the GameCube.
I want to be factual. I want us to get
the
as close
GameCube
as
was like
possible.
23
Leaving
and
no
the
breathing
Xbox
room.
was like 25.
Yo, I'm taking all the air out of the room with this one. No breathing room. Get as close as you can. I want number.
All right, hold on 1 second.
20 mil. 20
no,
mil.
it was more than 20. It was more than 20. No, it was more than 20.
24. It was 24 million. 24 million.
We're in no rush. Get the facts. 24
million. 24 million.
There you go. 24 million. No breathing spoon. No breathing room. All right. Xbox OG sales, right? OG console sales. 24 million. I don't want nobody to feel rushed. Taking my time.
24 and a half.
Out of town.
Nearly 27.
My daughters are out of the house. I'm just with my 2 sons and they on their Xbox.
The GameCube was slightly under 22. That was, Nintendo, who weren't so hot at the time. Nintendo, Microsoft was new. That was pretty big.
Watch this shit. Watch this. You're saying nothing but facts, but I don't want nobody to get off this road real quick, Sid.
No. Nobody's gonna get off the road. It just goes to show the Xbox, the first Xbox, nobody tried to respect it. And this is the time when everybody hated Microsoft just by default. And they still beat Nintendo on their first console.
Facts. And who are they? Okay, I got you. And who are they? This American gaming company to come in and invade this Japanese market. Okay? Because I want everybody to understand it's China, it's USA that flip-flops between 1 and 2, and it's Japan, number 3. So look how long Japan has been in this gaming thing, ruling. They've never been top 4. They've always been top 3, respectfully. China, USA, Japan, respectfully, right? So the OG console sales only 24 million. Tell me how many sales the Xbox 360 did.
The 360
85.
did 85.8. Yeah, it was nearly 86. Yeah.
Okay, 86 million. Walk with me, talk with me, right? Xbox 360 sales, right? Because see, there's no reason to get mad at Di-RRec Gaming, all right? There's no reason to put my name in your YouTube channels for clout because I don't care about none of y'all, right? Nothing y'all ever say about me can deter me from doing what I do best. I had a clown. Let me just elaborate on this. I had a clown the other day, right? Get some recordings out of my Spaces intro, not the Spaces show. My intro was so fire, right? That's what he wanted to talk about on his YouTube channel, in which he didn't even top my energy. A recorded Spaces intro had more energy than his whole entire 7-minute show.
It always does too.
Let me just say this. Let me just say this to every YouTuber out there. There's only been 2. One of them was a PC head. You know what I'm saying? God bless him. He doesn't even do YouTube no more. He decided to pick my name up, right? At least this dude had a cartoon as a profile. We never seen what he looks like. But this next dude I'm talking about, that I won't even mention his name, like I say, bro, not important. Wanted to not mention my name, but at least you had a lot to say about me. Let's just put it like this. Look, homie, I do what I do, all right? Notice that I see you, bro, okay? And notice I did my psychiatric evaluation for myself. It's beautiful to have social media, isn't it? And that's all I'm going to do with that, all right? That's how we're going to end that. So y'all heard what I had to say about that, All right.
I'm gonna say one little thing real quick. I'm not gonna name no names either, but it just goes to show when all the commenters in said video was pointing out his error.
Facts.
Did he even acknowledge or realize any of that? Listen, it's a dude who's bottom of the barrel when it comes to YouTube. I'm not trying to diss him because I follow this guy and he posts videos in the morning. And all he does is his web browser and he got his little camera of himself in the corner. And he's laughing.
He's doing bare minimum like I am with StreamYard. I still got StreamYard's banner.
He's out here laughing and pointing it at mainly PlayStation fanboys, right? So
don't make it too long, Sick.
No. I'm just saying, I bet you somebody sent that to him in the hopes of him clowning them, but every comment in his video was like, bro, what are you talking about? That's not what they're doing. Like, they basically, he's lucky he didn't get ratioed with downvotes because that didn't happen. Lucky for him. But nobody who watched that video who commented was like, yeah, that's good. No, they were all like, dude, you talking about the wrong people who aren't doing any of the things you're claiming they're doing. Did you even do your homework? Clearly, this person did no homework. I'm gonna leave it at that.
The dude don't know me, first of all. You know what I'm saying? You look. We done spoke about the dude too long.
About you. That's
spoke about the dude too long, Sick.
Yeah.
We didn't give him 7 minutes. We didn't give him 7 minutes.
I just think other people are involved in that. I don't think.
I feel privileged that he at least gave me 7 minutes on his show. But I'm not a nice guy. All right, so we're back to if you weren't nice for real, you would go out all out. Trust me. I used to not be this way, fam.
You're being nice. You're being nice.
I used to not be this way.
You're being nice.
All right. I just woke up. That's all. I just realized this is a mentality thing. This isn't about age. Because I know cats that are younger than me that would destroy these cats when it came to gaming knowledge. Younger. All right. So let me put it like this, man. All right, back to Xbox 360. We gave it out 85.8. We're being true accurate, so that's why I rounded it up. 86 million sold, right? 86 million sold. Stay with me, y'all. Stay with me. What's the difference in that? Can somebody give me the difference? That was an increase. So tell me, what was the increase from 24 million to 86 million? How many consoles did Xbox grow?
What is that, 62?
Look at that. 62 million consoles grew on Xbox platform. Now, we're going to stop it right there. Do y'all see a stark contrast right here? This is one console too, one generation. PlayStation generation lost what, 60 million? Xbox grew 62 million.
Those same gamers moved over.
Do y'all not see where I'm going with this? Hold on, it's gonna get real good. We are in no rush, right? So PlayStation, so PS2 lost 60 million, while Xbox, see, you got to know what really gets on haters' nerves, man. I'm teaching y'all. Y'all see, I ain't got to say no names, man. You just got to be creative with this stuff, and it's hilarious. You make them do stuff like create new names for themselves, new animals, and things like that. When you can do it like this, then you're doing something, because the cats that want to argue with these lames, you doing it the preschool. You in the pee-wee leagues of this stuff. You got to understand how to get your skills up and how to be a master at this stuff. So the PlayStation 2 lost 60 million, because what they're gonna do is you're gonna hear about how I was acting like I was a school teacher today. See what I'm saying? You gotta know, you gotta embrace it. You gotta embrace it.
It's
right?
too much talking, too much blah blah blah. No, that means you're stupid. You can't understand nothing.
PlayStation 2 lost 60 million while Xbox gained 62 million. Okay, I'm putting this out here so they can take pictures of it. So you got to know how to do this. Take pictures. Let them know what I'm saying.
Right in the chat for you to see.
Yeah, I'm not hiding it. Take pictures of this. All right? Send it to other YouTubers. Do what y'all do, man. We going to do what we do, right? So do some work, because this ain't work to us. This is fun. Check it out. PlayStation 2 lost 60 million. So my question to y'all is, where did these 60 million gamers go? Because that was a big deal. Some would say legal. They was only buying PlayStation 2s to watch DVDs.
Nah.
Some of them were only buying PlayStations because PSN was free. Okay, I got corrected. 66 million.
Yeah, it was 6.
Okay, 66 million. There we go. Yo, I'm going off of cats that don't know how to add. I'm talking to Six Slayer. He still can't give me accuracy.
No. The math was right, but that's not the actual number. I think the numbers you gave me to subtract were wrong.
Okay, so 66 million is legit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 66 million. All right, Xboxes. All right, so where did the 60 million go from PlayStation 2? Hey, does anybody know?
They went to Xbox. God damn it.
Where else? They could have went to the grave. They could have went to PC. They could have stopped gaming. That's the point that I'm trying to make here. They could have went to Nintendo, other consoles, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have to assume that all these factors play into this because what, like Cicada said, New Legal's back on his detective mode.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know for sure, right, J-Rock? We don't know for sure, Six Slayer. Yo, chit chat. We don't know.
But listen,
for sure.
Sean Layden said something similar. He said, "Listen, the user base, we always hit a cap. It stays the same. We're just getting the same amount of people to just spend more money."
Yeah.
Don't get ahead of me, J-Rock. Don't look at Eli the realist. Imagine he didn't put his comments up there. And we're gonna walk with me, talk with me. Look, y'all. Something happened. We have evidence. See, the crime scene is apparent. There's 60 million people missing, have been abducted by aliens or something. We don't know. But we do know that there is a missing gap between generations. And then one actually grew almost the same amount of numbers that the other one lost. So there's a big going on, right? So we see the blood stains. So we got to get into it. We got to go in here and find out what's going on and what's up with the DNA spill out here because it got messy out here. That's 60 million souls that aren't accounted for, right? So to speak. All right. Give me the numbers for the PlayStation 4, please.
It's not officially known yet, but expecting at least 120 mil by now.
Mm-hmm.
The PlayStation 4 is what?
Yeah. Well, VG Charts is saying 116.5, but
that's good.
We haven't heard no official numbers in a long time.
I will take it.
Right.
They used to love VG.
120, whichever.
They used to love VG to let VG talk for them. VG Charts, 116.5 million consoles. I love it. Okay, that's not bothering me at all. All right, PlayStation 4s. Right.
But you see the cap, right? You see the cap in console sales.
Yeah. Yep. What's up, future generations? Sit back, get your chair. Get your chair, my OG. Get your wine, get your alcohol, whatever. Get your little cigar. Sit back and relax, fam. What's up with you, fam? Got you. What's up with you, fam? My man, 50 grand, future generations. Come on in. Welcome to the chit chat. All right, 116.5 million consoles. PlayStation 4 sold. Subtract 116.5 from the previous console, 80. No, I'm sorry. Subtract 155 million from 116.5. Somebody give it to me, y'all. I don't care who it is. Give it to me. Because one is still at a loss.
You're saying the numbers backwards when you ask us to subtract. You kind of mess with my brain.
I said 155 million.
Yeah.
Subtract 116.5 from that. Give me a number. I'm ready.
38.5.
How many?
38.5.
38.5 million still haven't. Look, million. They still haven't got back 30. No, not even that. What is that?
Nearly 20? 40 million.
20,
38.5.
22. Yep.
Oh, okay.
22.5 million still missing. I know where y'all is it getting? Is the fog clearing up a little bit with y'all? Y'all following me? There's 22.5 million still missing. All right? Because 66 were gone. They gathered back 38.5. And watch what I'm about to text. Love it. And y'all wonder why the narratives I messed up. Type it too fast. You wonder why the narratives, right? Give me a second. Let me correct myself. That's what I meant. You wonder why the narrative stayed for so long, right? Because Sony thought, well, you know what? There might be a possibility we get this gap back. At least 50 million. We can live with 10 million. But that didn't happen. There's 22.5 million still missing, right? And this never changed with that.
Maybe sub went to Nintendo.
Right? Something still happened because there's 22.5 that said, man, we ain't coming back. Something's up. Yeah, it has to be this, right?
They got those high-powered rigs.
There you go. Now
spend $12,000 on the PC.
Now watch this. Y'all give me the number for the Xbox One for what they think they know, and I'm about to get
50. They claim
now. It's about to get interesting now. Give me the numbers that they claim.
They're saying 50. They're saying it's about 50.
50 million.
Maybe and a half.
Xbox Ones were sold. So
yeah, 50 and a half. 50.43. That's what they're claiming.
Right? That's what they claim. Because I'm taking it here. All right. So watch this. If 50 million consoles were sold, right? I want y'all to walk with me. Let's see. Okay. Do y'all remember this one? Y'all remember this oldie but goodie? This was in 2017 when EA suggested that Microsoft sold around 30 million Xbox One consoles by the end of 2017. That was 3 years ago when this article was made. And so they're claiming that Xbox sold how many consoles each year? 10 million, right?
But
because it came out in 2013. So that's 10 million each year for what EA says, right? That's an estimate. 10 million each year, right? We're in 2017. By the end of 2017, let's say 4, 5, 6, and then they came up with the number. So the only reason I'm going with this is because in 2014, right? In 2014, watch this, by the near end, Xbox One sold 10 million. Forget the J at the end of that. How do we know this, right? How do we know this? Because something fascinating happened. Gamer Rant, right? These same gaming articles, they like to speak, right? They're very cautious nowadays. But we lived in a time where they just said anything. These articles said anything. So here's Game Rant. Xbox One nearly at 10 million units sold. This was in November 12th, 2014. After a year, the Xbox One is closing to hit 10 million units. All right? So 2014, 10, 2015, 20, 2016, 30. But I guess Xbox didn't sell 10 million each year. Something happened. Xbox went in a decline, right? But I thought that 2014 was supposed to be the worst year for Xbox. Remember, that was the year that Microsoft was making a decision, should we keep Xbox or not? I thought Xbox was in a horrible place. Y'all follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Titanfall came out. Titanfall was Xbox console seller. Titanfall hit 10 million. You can look that up. Type in Titanfall hits 10 million. They didn't want to give Xbox the credit, but do you know when the 360 version hit and the PC version hit for that game? In November. So you're looking at in almost a year, right? Well, not even that. It came out in April. May, June, July, October, September. What? I mean, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. We're looking at 7 months. And that game has sold 8 million copies. 7 months. It ended up doing 1.5 on the 360, which is still Xbox. So there it went to 9.5. And by February, it was claimed that it hit 10 million, adding PC, which sold, I think, a little over 2 million. It was still an Xbox game. Where I'm going with this was this. Titanfall was the first Xbox PC game of last generation. And they didn't even have to tell you that. Nobody was even screaming, why is Titanfall on PC? I'm not playing that game anymore because it's on PC. I thought we were just talking about the doofus who waited to say that nonsense about Quantum Break. You see what I'm saying? Do you see what Sick was saying? Some people were already stupid before they were known to be stupid, right? Because nobody back in 2014 was spitting that narrative about Titanfall.
Nobody did.
Nobody.
Not even PlayStation fanboys who would use that to clown on Xbox. They didn't.
Facts. That was the first PC Xbox game that sold 10 million copies.
Listen, I remember they were all over Twitter hoping for that game to be multiplayer, right?
Yeah, they wanted that on PlayStation. That's not front. That's why they got the second one.
I remember the back and forth with what was the lead guy's son, Zappella?
Yeah.
Right. And as soon as Titanfall 2 came out, right? What happened? It sold less than Titanfall.
Because there was some kind of drama just before the game came out, which is not fair to the game because everybody realized after the fact, like the game was dope, which is messed up for me. I bought the game for $60 on PC just before they dropped it down to 20, like maybe a week before. And then it was like 20 on everything. But that game is recognized now for its single player, its multiplayer, everything.
But that was the crazy part is that it sold less, and they were clamoring for the first one.
Yep, but they
make it multiplayer. Bring it to PlayStation. Bring it to PlayStation.
Yeah, there was some other drama associated with that game. I think just before release that really hurt the game or whatever. Some bullshit that was going on. You know how it is with gamers nowadays. They so fickle. Everybody, even before cancel culture was a thing, it's like you get the gamers mad on something, and it's usually something petty or stupid too. All of a sudden, they don't want to get the game. Now the game is recognized as one of the best FPS single players that whole generation. That game was excellent single player. I bought the game for the single player. I didn't even buy it for the multiplayer. Some people who like the single player, who like the multiplayer of the first one, have issues with the multiplayer of the second one and whatnot. But then they come out with Apex Legends, that same universe, further validating and expanding upon the gameplay elements that Titanfall first brought to bear. And Apex Legends, we know how crazy that game is doing. That game is still making bank. Crazy bank. Deservingly so.
I'm pushing a button. More bombs. Not done yet. I'm just letting everybody know.
The first one was multiplayer only. The second one had a single player. Yeah.
EA suggested that Microsoft sold around 30 million Xbox One consoles by the end of 2017. Update. Microsoft has responded to these estimated sales figures in a statement sent to Variety. According to a
Variety,
I'm sorry. Figures in a statement sent to Variety. According to a spokesperson from the company, these numbers are inaccurate. J-Rock, Sick, Chit Chat.
Of course not.
Numbers are inaccurate.
Not accurate.
So why are they inaccurate? Though they did not specify by what margins or how they were inaccurate, the projections are inaccurate. The spokesman told Variety. Regardless, We are focused on delivering amazing game experiences to players on all devices, and engagement is our measure of progress. We just announced a record start to the year with Xbox Live monthly active users up 13% to 59 million. I want y'all to remember that number. At this time, Xbox was at 59 million. The original, right? Microsoft doesn't reveal Xbox One unit sales anymore. So why are we acting like we know numbers? If Microsoft isn't releasing the numbers, why are these articles acting like they know the numbers? But that doesn't stop rough estimates. See how they try. You're not going to stop
likes to repeat
guessing
everybody else's numbers when
right,
you know
because,
they could use it for clout.
This is the thing to do with Xbox. We all know where I'm about to go with this. EA got knocked down. We didn't know how many console sales Xbox One sold. So the 50 million, we can't go by that. That's inaccurate. But what we do know is that Xbox Live was sitting around 59 million, right? So let's just look at these numbers. The PSN has a total of 104 million active users. Steam has 120 million, which leads the online market. Xbox Live today has roughly over 100 million users on there. So you're telling me from 2017 to now, Xbox damn near doubled their count? But
bro, I'm talking about this, yeah. But there's probably still a legion of 360 players still playing.
Facts. And while games on the 360 and stuff, Xbox is no longer investing in that like that. All the what is it? The discontinued Xbox Ones out there in the world, they're no longer manufacturing. But for some reason, Xbox Live doubled. Okay, Xbox Live doubled. We're not even talking about Game Pass. Xbox Live doubled. But for some reason, Xbox consoles ain't selling. So my question is this: how do you have more people on a gaming service for Xbox than you do Xbox being sold?
Because Xbox is a
watch
ecosystem.
Watch this, Sick. I want you, Sick. JyzalGaming. Give me the year when Game Pass PC came to PC.
Game Pass PC wasn't that 20?
Today is not the day if you hate on Xbox. That's the disclaimer.
Let me see what Wikipedia say about that, because I remember when it came out.
Right, Xbox Game Pass PC. When was it released?
Jeez, when did it come out on PC? Well, they announced Ultimate in 2019, but was it on PC back then? Wait. Would launch? Yeah, 2019. 2019 when they announced Ultimate. It's only been less than 2 years. June 9th is when they announced it. It would launch an open beta. I don't know if that's when it started, but that's when they announced it.
Let's look. Is that the closest you can get? I believe
it's
you're
on right here on Wikipedia. Right here on Wikipedia. That's what they say.
Xbox.
That's when they announced it and Game Pass Ultimate.
Right. Release.
June 9th. That must have been E3?
December 8th, 2021.
You're talking about December 8th, 2021 hasn't even happened yet.
Hold on. No, I'm looking at it. No, I'm sorry. That's a new thing. I'm sorry. It's changing. Damn. We're not even gonna go there, but check this out. In December 8th of 2021, Xbox Game Pass for PC now includes EA Play on Windows PC at no extra cost. Okay,
could have been 21.
We're not talking about that. Oh. Xbox Game Pass for PC, Sick has said it began in 2019. I'm good with that. Okay,
a little more than 2 years already.
I put it up there. Xbox, there you go. Just 2 years, right? Just 2 years. So watch where I'm going with this, Sick. Just 2 years, right? So
yeah, April 18th, 2019.
There you go. If that's only been out for roughly over 2 years, How the hell does PC gamers playing these Xbox games prior to? Tell me, how they doing that? They're not. That's the answer. So, if they're not playing it, that eliminates PC. We damn sure know PlayStation ain't playing Xbox games on their PlayStation because it can't do that, right? So that's telling me that Xbox services at that time were all Xbox platform services. Period.
Yeah, because nobody else had access to it.
Nobody had access to it until 2019.
Yeah, they had games for Windows Live, but that's not
Facts.
really. Those just PC games.
So we're not even
Xbox
talking
Live
about that. We're not even talking about that, right?
Yeah, that doesn't even count.
So we have a problem. We have a problem. And here it is. I want you two to tell me the difference again between 50 million. Subtract that from 66 million, which is easy. We already got that. 16 million. 16 million.
Mm-hmm.
That is the gap that Microsoft has to make up for when the Xbox Series X and X came into the play. 16 million. Compare that to 22.5 million.
Well, I know how they have already done that. They already did that.
Look, fam. Look, Sick. Not only have they already done that, Sick, they doubled it.
Yeah.
Xbox right now is out of the hole. And you wonder, watch this. This is not the show if you hate Xbox. And you wonder why today in Xbox history, Xbox is at its greatest. I'm talking to my community, man. Ain't talking to nobody else. Just talking to my community. We do what we do best, right? So you wonder why Microsoft said, now, on your 20th anniversary is the best time ever to be an Xbox fan. You know why? I'm going to tell you what got them out of the hole. And then I'm going to let JyzalGamingTV and Sick say something about this word right here. Because I don't think they understand. They got out of the hole with this. Can y'all elaborate on how that happened?
Game Pass. Game Pass is just selling crazy, man. We still don't have no official numbers, but you see how certain people in the press are trying to downplay it with no facts. No facts. I was talking about this last night. There are no facts. This is a matter of numbers, not of opinion, and we don't have the numbers. And folks is out here trying to talk negative. Oh, supposedly it didn't hit the numbers that Microsoft wanted. Not nobody else. Not that they didn't do better. Not that they're not making crazy amounts of bank. It did lesser on some metric for Microsoft, not nobody else. And we have no confirmation on none of it. Just hearsay and talk. Hearsay and talk. But here's the fact. Like
that's like a sports team saying we expected to sweep the opposition, but they won one game. You still won the championship.
Yeah, exactly. So even if you don't count the people who are on Game Pass Ultimate, you're just using base Game Pass, right? And even if you was to put the numbers down to 10 million, that's what is that? Like 100 million a month, right? It's 10 million users, $10 a month, right? Isn't that 100 million?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's if I'm stupidly lowballing it. We know it's more than 10. It's probably at 20, right? If not more. Okay? Because the last time we heard the numbers was at what? 14, 13, something like that? Something crazy? And Halo's not even out yet. Okay? The big games that are really going to push people to jump into Game Pass aren't even out yet, right? So he was stupidly lowballing it to say the 100 million. That's per month revenue. The amount of money they have to put in to get that is like the example I gave last night. It's like you go to Vegas and you know what to do in the slot machines where every time you put in a coin, every time you pull on the lever, you always get money. And every time you do it afterwards, you get more money than the last time. And that's what Microsoft has. That's how much money they're making. And you want to sit here and try to downplay how much they're making? That's ridiculous.
Can I say
they're
something
making
real quick?
Amounts of money.
Preach, my brother. Can I say something real quick?
What's up?
They fail to forget this, Xbox community. JyzalGaming, you're going to love this one. You remember when I keep telling y'all how they're never accurate with the numbers because they don't ever want your community to feel good about itself?
Mm-hmm.
Well, enter Di-RRec Gaming and my cast and crew of friends of the Xbox community. Enter us. If you don't like Xbox, this isn't the show to watch. Disclaimer.
Nah, don't enter me. Just you can come enter the chat. Don't enter me though.
Yeah, boy. Oh, come on, man. Check this out, J-Rock. This was just a year ago. Now I'm gonna read this real slow, and I want everybody to tell me if you still don't understand this. How Xbox Game Pass is helping friends stay connected. This was over a year ago. Xbox Game Pass members seek social connection with over 23 million new friends. Wait a minute. Look, man. Game Pass put up 130% of multiplayer increase. So the multiplayer aspect of Xbox grew 130% worldwide, J-Rock, due to 23 million new friends. Is anybody still confused? That's 23 million new people. New people. Boy, they hate me, man. Boy, they hate me, but I love my community. So if Game Pass grew 23 new million people, and Xbox was down 16 million. Now what I want y'all to understand is that 50 million isn't looking too bad, is it? Oh, y'all only sold this amount. It's not looking too bad now when you think of how things are going.
And Sekiro is right. Less regions too. It's not even everywhere.
It sure wasn't at the
like
time.
The rest of the Xbox platform. Even now with Game Pass, it's not everywhere.
Yep,
like the Game Pass platform. It's not everywhere.
Exactly. But now they expanded. Exactly. And Xbox was down 16 million. But watch this. But the mighty Game Pass came. And I want y'all to tell me the date Game Pass came. I believe it was 2016.
I want to say
Game Pass came out. No, 2017. I believe.
17. Yeah.
Yep. Game Pass.
2017 was announced. Yeah, it was announced at E3. Yeah.
There you go. And it brought 23 million new players. New. This is what Microsoft saw. This is what they saw. 23 million new players. They made up for the 16. Now, simple math. 23 million subtracted from 16 million is what, y'all?
7.
We have accumulated. We are in the surplus. We are in the surplus with our community now at estimate, right? 7 million. It could be more or less. But one thing we know for sure, we are in no shortage of Xbox gamers today. We are more than what we've ever been today. More. While PlayStation is still seeking what? Let's just say 22.5 million. So, they want to hurry this up. So let's just give it to them. Let's give it to them. 22.5 minus 10. 10 shipped. 10 shipped. Easy math. How much is that? 12 million. 12 million in the hole for PlayStation. And you wonder why PlayStation is throwing their games on PC now. They still gotta get this. And let me tell y'all, when we used to say Sony's bleeding, they band-aiding. When you go back on my channel and you go back in the histories of the shows I used to do by myself, literally say this stuff by myself because that's how much I care to get this information out there, right? These are the days when the articles were out there on the internet with all this information. I'm so glad I did these videos because I knew they weren't going to be on the internet long. But PlayStation has been band-aiding itself since 2002. Now we're in 2021. 2021, right? And they still behind with 12 million people.
Legal. Quick question. What happened on August 4th of this year? What did Sony announce about its PlayStation Plus subscriber count?
Wow. Talk to him. What
for
happened?
For the first time, the subscriber count dropped.
Yup.
In August of this year.
Yo, I saw that and I forgot even.
No,
you know what?
That's right.
And you know why I forgot? Because
that.
For me, I don't care one way or another. But yo, it just makes me think. Yo, if this was X, oh my, it would have been every. Yo, I didn't even care that happened to PlayStation, right?
Facts.
And nobody did.
Look the article up and find out how many numbers dropped from that. We added that to the 12 million.
It dropped. It actually dropped over the last 2 quarters, according to Sony. This was in August.
2 quarters in a row in the middle of a pandemic when there are more and more people around to play games.
And that's what they said, right? They think we're stupid. Well, obviously, due to the pandemic, nah, bro, that makes us come together. We was at home.
Yeah.
We was at home. We had nothing to do. Kids
Everybody talked about that. Every news outlet was talking about that last year, especially in the middle of
J-Rock, get those numbers. Hot. What did the numbers drop from? Gotta add that.
Knowing Sony, they may not have even said.
I think they did, bro. Because you got the previous number. They're gonna tell you. I think it dropped 3 million. It went from 46 to like 43, I believe.
Oh yeah, sounds about right. But I
want to be sure. You know,
it was 46.3, and it dropped down to. Yeah, you're right. It dropped down 3 mil.
15 million players. 15 million players. Sony needs to get back
on the best platform, on supposedly the best platform, the best place for games for the gamers. Blah blah blah. The gamers don't seem to agree.
15 million in the hole, y'all. 15 million in the hole, right? And their subscription base can't do it. Boy, they don't like this stuff. And the subscription base, right? The one that cheats for you. That's what it is. The subscription base cheats for you. And your cheating way to get your numbers isn't working. You see what I'm saying? Right. You can laugh about this. The Game Pass worked for Xbox because it was a service. So it was easy to get the count up. Let's make another service and get new people. Well, Game Pass had absolutely no problem doing it. It blew itself out the gate with 23 new members. 23 new gamers came to Xbox by way of Game Pass.
So for legal, so Q1 2020, they were at 114. Q1 to 2000 of this year, 2021, they're at 104.
Look at that. So you're talking about the PSN network, right?
Right. PlayStation Plus. So it's a drop of 10 million actually.
Wait a minute. Oh yeah. Well, wait a minute. PlayStation Plus. Okay, hold on. I got a question.
Q1 of 2020, it was at 114 million.
Are you talking about PSN network or because PlayStation Plus don't have 100 million subscribers to it?
It's saying here the PlayStation Plus. It's saying the PlayStation Plus.
So they don't even know what the hell they talking about.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? It's evident that they don't even know what the hell they talking about. Okay, so they're saying that you must have PlayStation Plus. Well, I'm sorry. They're saying that you must have PlayStation Network to have PlayStation Plus. I thought that was a lie. I thought that was a lie. Somebody look that up. We got all day. Look that up. Do you have to have PlayStation Network in order to have PlayStation Plus? Come on, some of y'all centaurs in my chit chat. Y'all know y'all got some PlayStation consoles. Let us know. Help me out.
So yeah, it's actually, long story short, is declining.
Right, right. But we taking the air out. Listen, chit chat. We need your help. Do you need PlayStation Network to have PlayStation Plus? Because the last time I checked, J-Rock, when I type in PlayStation Plus subscribers, right? It says that as of June 2021, the service held over 46.3 million subscribers.
Oh, there we go.
I
Yeah.
got a question, J-Rock. How the hell did it go from 46.3 to 100 and something?
No, they were counting. Yeah, they were counting the PlayStation Network.
They were counting that PlayStation Network. And look, even if they were counting the PlayStation Network, J-Rock, they still don't know how to count, right? Because that would have been 147 million. You see what I'm saying? Because PlayStation Plus is a separate service. It's an additional service. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Mr. Kima said, yes, that you
Just
have
like,
to have, huh?
You need PSN to use PlayStation Now. I didn't know that till last night. We were talking about that last night.
Oh, okay. So that's what they're counting. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, but you see how they even make the numbers wrong there. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
There's a fact.
What's
see
up,
how easy this
by the
stuff
way?
is, man?
After boss fusion.
Right. When you take your
Grow.
time, you'll find out how many times you'll see how the internet just be lying to you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So the answer is yes. So you need PlayStation Network in order to use PlayStation Plus. So that means PlayStation Network dropped 14 million, right?
Pretty much.
It dropped.
Right. Yeah. 10 mil.
Yeah, it dropped 10 mil.
Yep.
No, yeah, 10.
Yeah. Yeah, it counts.
That's crazy.
10 million,
So
yeah, 10 million accounts.
That
vanished.
means it went down to 94 million. It's not even at 114 or whatever I said, 104. That's 94 million. So not only did the PlayStation Network drop 10 million, right? Dropped 10 million. PlayStation Plus dropped 3 million.
And they're out here trying to spend a Game Pass increase of 37% as a next.
Go.
Yeah, and no,
talk about it, y'all. I'm going on mute. Talk about it.
But who did that though? The same old IGN. Who's trying to run with that ball? The same old PlayStation fans. Nobody else is saying that. Not PC heads, not PlayStation heads. I mean, Nintendo fans, not PC, not the Xbox fans aren't complaining about. They're like, we still made profit. We made more than the last. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you down,
okay.
Even if you like I said before, you know what one of what Dragon was saying last night. Like, even if you put it where there's just the Game Pass, basic Game Pass, okay? We're taking this real low. We're giving them every benefit of the doubt. We're giving them the lowest possible numbers. We know it's way past 10 million. But let's give them just the 10, right? Like I said, 10 million every month. Not Game Pass Ultimate, just the base Game Pass would be 100 million a month. We know it's way past that. It's probably closer to 20, if not beyond that, right? So we're doing with the 10. That's 100 million a month. If it's 20, that's 200 million a month. Okay? I don't care what anybody has to say about that. You can't say nothing, but that's good. Because unless the competition is doing better than that every month, or at least meeting that mark, y'all can't say nothing. Y'all can't talk no type of crap. Period. Because they money right. Where's your money? And it's always the haters who want to talk. But, you know, I come from the environment, J-Rock, I don't know about you, homie, but I come from the environment, where the more haters you have, that's how you know the better you're doing. Right? And you see what IGN is always one of the first. Always one of the first of the quote-unquote legitimate news outlets out there for video gaming would be the one to put out this crap information. Not even Kotaku did this crap. IGN did this. Okay, you see how you're laughing? Because Kotaku is the brand name of the idiocy. But IGN is slightly more low-key. But even the dude who runs the Xbox podcast, we can tell, is not an Xbox dude. All Xbox dudes know that. what's his name? Actually, I don't think he works anymore, right?
Ryan McCaffrey?
Actually, I was thinking about Colin Moriarty, but actually it is Ryan McCaffrey. I was getting the names confused. Yeah, Ryan McCaffrey, okay? He says such things all the time. He's like Linneman, or John Linneman on Digital Foundry. Like, Xbox fans never like what he's saying, even when he's saying something positive, because it's always a little piece of BS to go with it. Always a little piece of BS. Right. Yeah, they always got to nitpick things that don't matter, but they had to nitpick on it, and that's when you know something's up, right? And it just goes to show. It just goes to show. They're making this money. They're making the games. They got the better hardware, and you don't even need the hardware to enjoy the biggest and the best, because you could do it on the cloud, you could do it on PC, and I guarantee you, soon you'll be doing it on your refrigerator and your TV. All right? Well, actually, for a lot of people who have TVs, Android TVs, yeah, you get that now. Hey, you got a Sony TV. They predominantly use Android TV on their TVs. xCloud is there for you right now. And if it's not working, I guarantee you it's Sony that's blocking it, just like they did to Cody from time to time. Okay, they'll block that on the Android store on their TVs, right? And that just goes to show. Xbox is everywhere, and it's only growing. They're only making the money. They're making the deals. They're getting the publishers and the developers to make games.
Just got GTA San Andreas.
Yep.
Day and date on Game Pass.
Yep, on Game Pass. Now, at first, it seemed like the whole trilogy was coming, and why did people believe that off bat? Because Xbox has been making moves like this. So we believed it off bat until we looked closer and found out it was just San Andreas. But that's fine with me. That's fine with me. Yeah. That's fine with me. That's fine with everybody else. Unless you was really hoping to get all three, but without having to put your money in. I get that too. But long story short, everything about Xbox is all good right now. They doing everything they got to do the right way, making this money. And the more money they make, the more success they have, the more games they get on their platform, the more systems they sell, the more comparisons to other versions of multi-plat games that show the Xbox version is the best version, despite the little nitpicks from John Linneman and others, right? Xbox is out here doing what they got to do, and the haters is out there hating more than ever. And that's when you know they're doing the right thing. That's when you know they're doing well. The more haters they have, the better they're doing. And that's exactly what's going on. It's that simple.
And these people always want to talk about this fake concern about the devs placing their games or the devs getting paid. Listen, at the end of the day, it's your product, right? If I come to you with an offer and you see it's not beneficial to you, your product, and your company, why would you agree to place it on a service like Game Pass?
Right.
You wouldn't. The fact that there's even games on it from third-party publishers, right? Tells you all you need to know.
Bro, there's a major rumor, and this is rumor, and I'll call it out like that. This is rumor, but there's a waiting list, apparently. There's a waiting list to get games on Game Pass. Okay? A waiting list. They're competing with each other to get titles on Game Pass. Are you kidding me? And then, low-key, they're putting a lot of those indie low-key titles. Streets of Rage 4. I bought the game on Steam so I could have it longevity, getting the Steam Deck and other things like that, right? But I was planning to get that on Xbox. I was planning to double dip. PC and Xbox. Didn't have to do that. Game Pass got me covered. And Sega's still making their money. Plus, on top of that, I bought it on PC. So they definitely making that money, right? And with Game Pass, hey, we got that 20% off. We got that 20% off. There are lots of gamers, right, who don't even like Game Pass. They don't agree with the not having the physical games, because not every game stays on Game Pass forever. Eventually, they get rid of it or whatever. It's only there for a certain amount of time, and they prefer to get their games, digitally or on disc or whatever. And even those people still rock Game Pass because of the 20% off.
Right.
That alone.
Listen, and they give you a warning. I mean, they give you a notification beforehand saying, listen, these are the games that are leaving. If you want to purchase them now, you get a deal on it.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, shit, okay. I really
you get
enjoyed
the
this
20%
game. I haven't finished it yet. Let me just go ahead and purchase it and get
now before you lose it.
a discount. Right.
Yep. And you got to get that discount while it's on Game Pass, because when it's out of Game Pass, the 20% doesn't matter anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, that's his business. That's not shade on Microsoft. And I'm sure a PlayStation guy would bring that up as a negative. But here's a real negative, like we mentioned before. PlayStation Now, you can't use that without
I got a bomb
PlayStation Network.
coming.
You can't use that without PlayStation Network. That's double dipping. If Microsoft had did that, where would they be? You can only get xCloud on Game Pass Ultimate, which includes the Xbox Live functionality by default. They knew what they were doing before they put it out there, because they not only did they know these PlayStation fanboys would be out there with the narrative, but they knew what was right, and they didn't do that. Think about that. You can only get xCloud if you're on Game Pass Ultimate. There's no extra you're paying like with PlayStation Now. You have to have PlayStation Network, okay? Because all the saves are in the cloud.
Yep.
If you decide to buy the game later, well, those saves, more times than not, on PlayStation in general, if you buy a game digitally that you had on disc, right? Also, that way you don't have to stick in the disc anymore. More times than not, the save isn't compatible, because as far as PlayStation is concerned, that's a different SKU. That's a totally different game. That's why now when you have games on PlayStation 5 that were on last gen, the saves don't come over. Everything about what they do is messed up, but the more I think about it, and this is just maybe the conspiracy theorist in me right now, but it seems like they did that on purpose to get the money out of you. Yeah, you like the game on PlayStation Now, you want to buy the game on disc or digitally outright. Your saves ain't coming with you. If you didn't have PlayStation Network, you couldn't even have been on there in the first place. So you're paying for 2 services plus the game. Are you kidding me? And that's the other thing on PlayStation Now. They don't give you games. You have to buy them yet and still. You have to buy games. That just puts your foot in the door to be able to buy stuff. You have to pay them to be able to pay them.
Yeah.
What?
Let me say something real quick. You said something that was beautiful, man, when you was talking about the numbers, when y'all was talking about the numbers. The earliest recording, right, that PlayStation Network hit over 100 million. And I'm just roughing this this time. It was January of 2020. So we're saying it could have happened somewhere in 2019, 2 years ago, two years ago. Okay. But PlayStation Plus has been out since 2010. The additional format or platform, should I say, to bring some more gamers is what that's the whole thing. I want people to understand. We're not talking about the banks. The bank will be taken care of when you can put more souls with currency to put into the bank. The bank, if me, Sick, and J-Rock built banks and there wasn't no people to bring money into our banks, we built banks for no reason. These platforms, PlayStation Network, PlayStation Plus, are built to bring people in so that they can spend money on them. Now, if you was already at the time 22 million in the hole, right? PlayStation Plus didn't bring you 22 million people back to your platform. It was just added. It was just added. We know this because look at the numbers. PSN surpasses 100 million monthly users in 2 years ago. But PlayStation Network was on PlayStation 10 years ago after that. Before that, this was done in 2020. So it happened in 2009. PlayStation Plus came out in 2010. So you're looking at 9 to 10 years of this platform already being on PlayStation. But what did it do to its user count? They were still in the hole. All it did was give them something else to do because Sony was like, they don't really have a good way of selling their games that make it enticing. So the only thing that PlayStation Plus did was grow into its initial community. It didn't bring new gamers there because the people who who abandoned Xbox One, they were PlayStation fans. See, it was easy to target where our exodus went to because y'all spoke about it. I'm not buying that Xbox One. I'm going back to PlayStation. We knew that a mass majority of y'all heard it over to the 360, and we knew a mass herd of y'all went back to the PlayStation 4. So they didn't gain new people. They just gained their lost kids.
And it's not even that, because I know a lot of people who don't.
Sick, hold on. Keep your thought. Hold on, because I will forget.
Make it quicker. I'm gonna forget this one, so hurry up on this one. But this is my experience.
Go ahead, Sick. No, go ahead. I don't want you to forget. Well, you're more important. Go ahead.
No. I'm just saying this is something I want to say real quick. Yeah. I don't think a lot of those people were even PlayStation guys that were coming back, because a lot of gamers don't give a crap about what platform at all. They don't care. They just want to play games.
That's facts too.
Every generation, they pick a system, whichever one they think is going to be the one that's the successor, right? The big system of the generation that's going to have the most games or whatever, and they can only focus on one. And for a lot of them, last generation, that was PlayStation. That's what happened.
Fact.
That's all.
Okay. You know what? We know there's a lot of variables, right? We're not making that concrete. Sick can be right as well. We can add that into that group. Right? That it's all kinds of reasons why people left the Xbox One, right? Many reasons. But the fact is they still left, right? They still left. But they went back to PlayStation. We know this because they told us. Look, bro, all you got to do is go look at all the articles that were done in 2012 to 2013 to 2014. Hell, we even had Phil Spencer say it. I know a lot went back to the PlayStation.
Yeah.
My job is to try to get them back, some back, right? Some back. He says, I know I probably won't get them all back, but at least get some back by letting them know that they made the wrong decision. I'm going to do everything I can to make them see they made the wrong decision. I can't make them, but we're going to try, right? So when you think about it, at my PlayStation just gained back the ones that left. Now we're not saying there wasn't nobody that bought new PlayStation and they were the first time owners for PlayStation. We're not saying that. We're saying that
people who died from that generation who weren't around to buy the new one anyway. So who cares?
Right. What we're saying is that was the vast minority that did that, right? The vast minority did that. We're talking about the bulk of the herd. The bulk of the herd were previous account holders. All they did was go back and activate their account. So we see this with the numbers today. We see it. It doesn't even make sense. Because look, Sick, do me a favor. J-Rod, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Tell me the year that PlayStation Network hit over 50 million subscribers. See, this is going to be easy. This is going to be easy, bro.
PlayStation 2014. PlayStation Plus? 50 million last year? Last year on my birthday, on the 28th.
Yeah, find out when PSN hit over 50 million subscribers.
Oh, PlayStation. Oh, network, not PlayStation Plus. Okay.
In 2016?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
No, it's not that.
Wait a minute. PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Network. Yeah, you have to pay for PlayStation Plus to be on the network, right? That's what they call it, right? Because I think we're using two different names for the same thing. Because the system got to 50 million sold in 26. That's the system. But you're talking about their wannabe Xbox Live, right?
Right. When did PlayStation Network get over 50 million subscribers?
That was last year on the 28th. Unless I'm reading this wrong. Hey, what up, 100? Check out Xbox Has No Games tonight, 11:30 Eastern.
So PlayStation Network, 50 million users in March of 2014.
2014? Okay.
That's all I wanted to hear, right?
Whoa, hold on.
2014. What did I say? Look at what I said. 2014. Didn't I say it? from 2012, 2013, 2014, right? 2014, PSN hits 50 million subscribers, right? Now watch where I go with this. Watch where I go with this. Watch where I go with this. Tell me again how many subscribers were on PSN? I mean PS Plus?
50 from last year. This is on
No.
PlayStation.
Tell me how many people subscribed to PlayStation Plus.
That's what I said. 50 million last year. I'm trying to get this article back. All of a sudden, my browser wants to be stupid. Hold on. Okay.
PlayStation Plus has 43 million?
It says PlayStation Plus subscriber milestone closes on 50 million. This was last year, the 28th, which is like a couple days. Okay, Thursday is the anniversary of that. That's my birthday. I know for a fact. So that will be 1 year since that. And in 2020, earlier in that year, they were at 45 million. And
okay, I got as of June 2021, it was sitting at 46.3.
Yeah, it's been dropping afterwards, right? That's what we were talking about earlier.
That's what I want.
Started dropping, right?
So it's 46.3 good, right? That's legitimate, right?
Yeah. We were talking about that.
Okay.
Earlier, yeah.
So what I'm trying to watch this. I know J-Rod knows exactly where I'm going with this. Do y'all see what J-Rock said? Because J-Rock gave us a key year. J-Rock, tell everybody again when PlayStation Network hit 50 million. What was the year?
2020.
Okay.
Q1 2020.
Right.
Yeah, Q1 2020 has been dropping steadily.
Yeah. What year did PlayStation Plus come out? In 2010, right?
Yeah.
So when you add
just before the hack.
Now watch this. You can't have one without the other. So when you see, this is what they don't understand. Xbox Live grew when Game Pass got added because you have to have it's bundled. Xbox Live Ultimate is bundled with Live. Game Pass, you don't have to have all the bells and whistles of Live, right? But it'll give you games. Still give you enough games. But when you subscribe to Xbox Ultimate, you automatically paying for Xbox Live, which makes it grow. So Xbox Live, it grew. We know that, period. We said previously that Xbox Live was at 50 million at one point. It's over 100 million today.
Yeah.
It didn't decrease. See, we don't have a decreased number. We never did, bro. Like the only decreased number we got was between the 360 and the Xbox One. And we made that up in a 4-year span with Game Pass when Game Pass brought 23 million people to it. And Xbox at that time was 16 million souls in the bucket. We gained 23 million more souls, which put us over the top of the bucket, which we overflow people. 7 million more people joined, was in the surplus. They couldn't even fit in the bucket. They fell over. Bloop, the bucket spilled over. There's 7 million gamers out here. Xbox Live's multiplayer went up 130%, and it's still growing because we just found out that Sea of Thieves hit 25 million gamers.
Yep.
So we know our number is constantly going up, right? So if you can't see how Sony plays this number game, the only reason why PlayStation Network grew is because people subscribed to PlayStation Plus. It wasn't that massive 40 million new PlayStation owners that were new bought Sony consoles. It's the fact that the ones that were previously there paid an additional service. That's all they did.
Yeah.
And you know what else is true? Y'all can look this up. They're not even month to month reliable.
No, they're not.
Already out the bag. They don't even subscribe month to month. They may buy it 1 month, don't buy it for 3 months. Get it again on the 4th month, keep it another month, end it. So
that's consistent too with their sales of games. We see the biggest games, like they have 120 million systems sold, but their biggest titles don't get even to 50 million. Right. Yeah, God of War peaked at 20. You sold 120 million systems,
Bro.
only 20. That's one out of what?
Look,
6 people
sick.
on your biggest game.
Yeah, keep talking.
That's but it backs up what you're saying though. These people, they talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk with their wallet, and it's not enough for PlayStation.
I want people to really understand what Sick was saying, because I think you went over people's heads because they think you're talking about one game.
No,
Sick is talking about the franchise.
Yeah,
this is sad. You're
no,
out of here.
No. God of War for PS4, I believe it sold 20 million copies.
Yeah, about 19.5.
Right. Okay. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. 20 million. If their platform, even though we read,
hold on, you're gonna see where I'm going with this. That one game sold 20 million. The last one, 2018.
Yeah.
Look, the entirety of the franchise is just 51.
Right.
There's been 4 of them.
Right.
They're trying to compare that to something like Halo.
Right. And they can't.
And it's not even close.
But the point I'm making is there's all these people on PlayStation, right, who own PlayStations and play PlayStation games, but they're not buying PlayStation games. And it's consistent with the thing you're talking about there, where they don't buy their PSN consistently. They're not buying the PS Now and all. They're not doing these things, but they come and they talk to us on the internet for Game Pass like it's some kind of welfare system or some shit. Like we're not paying for games. They're the ones not paying for the games, and the numbers show it. Xbox attach rate was so high in the 360 era, even the original Xbox era, but particularly in the 360 era. It was so high that it breaks the rules. Usually, if your attach rate is that high, it's because your system is about to die. The only other system that had an attach rate that high was the Dreamcast. Games were selling gangbusters on the Dreamcast before the piracy thing. Don't get it twisted. But it wasn't enough because there weren't enough people with systems to make that blow up and make them the profit and money to stay viable, right? That's the same thing that's slowly happening to PlayStation. They're selling systems, but they're not enough games. This is why they're selling games on PC now in the first place. That's what we first started with. And that's what proves what legal is saying, because it's all consistent. It all matches in step. They're all walking in step. All the details line up. All of them. Like the amount of system sales, the amounts of games being sold, the active users on their network that is dropping. But meanwhile, you ask these PlayStation guys, it's the best ever. They're doing better than ever. No, they're doing worse and worse every month.
Right. Let me just say this, Sick. At their peak, they sold a console that sold 155 million. I want everybody here to correct me if I'm wrong. God of War 2 came out on PlayStation 2, if I remember.
Yeah.
Do you know that game only sold 4.2 million worldwide?
What? I would have thought it was more than that. With all the talk,
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
JyzalRock, that's worldwide.
That's crazy.
So that means it could have sold 1 million in America. Let's just say this. Sold 1 million in America, sold 1 million in Japan, sold 1 million in UK, and the rest of the world got scraps.
Yeah.
Listen, at the end of the day, there's a reason why Jim Ryan is putting these games on PC, man.
There's a reason. The reason is you guys don't play these games.
You don't buy the games. You talk the talk and don't walk the walk.
That's it right there.
Because
you're talking about an epic franchise, but at your highest that you ever been, God of War only sold 4 million copies out of 155 console sales. That means it doesn't matter, right? Gaming doesn't matter if you started day one or 5 years later. That means nobody cared about it. As the console sold, God of War wasn't the talk of the town. Y'all wasn't making sure that, hey, man, you get a PlayStation 2, make sure you play that God of War. That wasn't going on in your community. Because if it was, the numbers will reflect differently.
Exactly.
Now watch this. Look at how look. They talk about sales, right? PlayStation 3 ends up with 5. Now, when you think about that, that's not so bad when you consider the PlayStation 3 and all the hiccups it had. 5.2 is great.
Yeah, it increased.
It increased. There you go. It increased. Can't knock the increase. We're not here to be fake. And then God of War 4 at 20. It increased. God of War 4 increased while the PlayStation increased. Makes sense. Now here's y'all's problem. Here's y'all's problem. Is God of War Ragnarok going to sell 20 million when it comes out? Sick.
They better hope.
Sick.
They better hope.
20 million. Sick. Do you remember, Mr. Kima? Remember we talked about this. The problem with the PlayStation 5, and this is why you see PlayStation going back to their generations. They got caught. They thought about it. Oh, there's no way we're going to get our numbers with the PlayStation 5. We're going to have to include PlayStation 4. See, the only way they can surpass 20 million now is by way of their old console. They can't do it with their new one. Ragnarok, now this is what I'm going to tell y'all right now. You're going to hear it on Di-RRec Gaming. Ragnarok drops on depending on how many PlayStation 5 console sales. So if PlayStation 5 ends up knocking 20 million out by the end of 2022, expect Ragnarok to drop in 2023. If it ain't hit 2020 by the summer. Because at that point, they can't possibly get it all sold on one console. They don't want to look bad. So Ragnarok dropping early 2022, get that out your mind. That ain't nothing but a PlayStation 4 dominancy. And even if it did that on PlayStation 5, let's say it sells 3 million, because we know it ain't going to sell no 10 million on PlayStation 5. So that means once that game gets played, right?
Yeah, that would mean every PS5 owner bought one, and that's never happened.
That's what's
PlayStation
going to
5
end up
owners
happening.
don't all buy one hot game.
Right. That's what will have to happen, right?
No platform owner does that. Yeah.
Right. But let's just say God of War drops, right? Spider-Man is going to be their biggest seller. So Spider-Man is going to outsell. Look, watch this, man. And you can't look, bro.
You know that's coming to PC next. You know that's coming to PC next.
This is how sad it's gotten for them, right? Because we're leaving no air in this room. We're leaving no air in this room. Spider-Man has already outsold your Gotti, the little lesbian girl, right? It's already destroyed her.
That shouldn't even have been there, Gotti, in the first place.
It destroyed the little lesbian girl, right? She's gone. She's dead. She's out. When it came to Spider-Man, she had no hope. Horizon Zero Dawn, a new IP, Alloy, had no hope. She got destroyed by Spider-Man. You got Kratos standing in the way of Spider-Man, right? But yet, Spider-Man was PlayStation 5 system seller. It sold over 6.5 million copies. And it was a 5-hour expansion DLC game. I don't think no God of War game was able to do that. But Spider-Man did it. And I'm going to tell you what he's going to do again. Spider-Man is going to save the day. Because when Ragnarok drops, whenever it drops, it better not drop close when Spider-Man drops, or that wouldn't make no sense at all, right? So this is going to be a quick drop because it has to hurry up and come out because they lied already, said it would be ready next gen. That game was supposed to be out this year, right?
Yeah.
With what they had to say, right? But it got delayed. Right.
Yeah, because don't forget, it's really just a PS4 expansion originally. That's what it was supposed to be.
We know what it is. Right, we know what it is.
They've openly said it. This is not a secret. We're not making claims. They've openly said this.
Facts. And look, and even the worst case scenario, I'm going to play right along with them, right? Because I want this to be fun. So I'm just going to play along with them like I don't get none of it, right? We're going to act oblivious to this thing. But let's just say for 1 second, we're not going to play along. And I'm here to tell y'all that Ragnarok better drop in 2022 because they said Spider-Man was dropping in 2023. Now you got 12 months to drop it. So I'll just say holiday for Spider-Man. That gives y'all a whole year for Ragnarok. Well, let's just say Ragnarok don't drop 2022, and it comes out
Jerome,
February, right? February 2023, right? So nobody's gonna argue with that. Oh, we got it anyway, right? So that gives Spider-Man 9-10 months to come out, right? But here's what I'm gonna say right now. Here's what I'm gonna say, and like I've always said, legal says stuff without fear. You don't notice one thing about me. I've said so much, but you don't see nobody recounting where legal slipped up at. Look at this buffoon. He said this, and this happened.
Never happened to me neither.
It ain't happening over here. So here I'm trying. I want to make headlines, JyzalRock. So let me do this. When Spider-Man drops, it's going to outsell God of War. And I don't care when God of War drops, because God of War, it's not your best PlayStation game. So I don't care when y'all talk about that. Horizon Forbidden West is not your best PlayStation game. I don't care if you talk about that. The Last of Us 2 isn't your best PlayStation game. I don't care if you talk about that. And guess what? I'm adding one more in there. Gran Turismo 7 sure the hell ain't your best PlayStation game.
Used to be.
We'll throw that piece of crap race on in there too, right? On top of Drive, I'll even be nice. I'll add Drive Club on top of that, because Drive Club actually looks better than your longest driving game, right? Put that in there just to make it funny. That was for comedy purposes. Spider-Man is going to outsell all those games, because Spider-Man has officially become the best PlayStation game ever made. So now it's pure comedy, because now y'all got a console where all you grown men are going to be out here running around talking about Spider-Man. That's where you at today. Well, let me tell you something. The reason why you like that today is because PlayStation doesn't have no more identity. It has an identity crisis. PlayStation's at a midlife crisis going on with PlayStation. It doesn't know how to look. It's out here in the mirror all the time, wondering how it looks, working out, checking itself in the mirror, putting makeup on. It's asking people, how do I look? When you saw this PlayStation 5 console, this has got to be the most funniest console ever made.
Actually, here's the thing about all of this. Yo, history repeats itself, yo. Because they had that midlife crisis with the PS3. That too was stupid.
They did,
that
bro.
too had all types of problems and all types of wild stuff was going on.
Design ideas and everything. Fact.
And here's the thing you should compare, right? When Microsoft last generation had their issues with the Xbox One, right? They learned from their mistakes. What did PlayStation really learn from their dramas and their difficulties with the PS3? It seemed they learned a little bit in the very beginning of the PS4 generation.
That's one thing
with the
they
price.
learned.
They definitely learned price. Oh, definitely.
They were scared of that.
They didn't have to learn that lesson, though. Everybody beat them over the head with a stick with that lesson. Like, everybody was repeating. I still remember $5.99. When you asked me what the price of the PS5 was, and I went out $5.99, like, that's what dude said at the E3 thing with that tone of voice. Like, everybody remembers. So that's the one lesson. They didn't learn that lesson. That was beat into them, right?
Yeah,
the other lesson that I think they kind of learned was the little bit of that little slick marketing, you know, when they said, oh, here's how you share games. And you could tell they made that with a little cell phone, backstage at E3. That was them learning maybe a couple little lessons here and there. But whatever they learned from, they done forgotten all these lessons, because we're right back here again with the PS5. The only difference is now you have all these fanboys trying to cover for you, making excuses. This is the same thing that happened with the PS3, other than, well, geez, what is really different? Because at first I was going to say it was slightly different, but nah, it's pretty much the same. Like, it's the weaker system, right? It's at least as easy to program for as last generation. It doesn't have that issue that the PS3 had for, you know, being difficult to program for. But, like, where the game's at? But that's the problem every PlayStation has every generation. That first year is almost dead. It's not till the second year where you see stuff that's actually worth playing. Meanwhile, the Xbox has always had a great year that first year. The Xbox One had the best first year in franchise history. That's facts. Look at the release on the launch lineup for Xbox One compared to PS4. And everybody was talking about this. Go Google it. You'll see there were articles that said that. Even IGN and them were saying that, besides all the other crap they were trying to say to sit there and shit all over the Xbox. All that stuff is still true. It's all consistent when you look at it. All of these things line up. Like the PS3 and the PS5 are pretty much the same situation. There's some slight differences, and it's not as bad a situation for PS5 as it was for PS3, this early in the generation. But it just goes to show no real lessons were learned to prevent that same situation from happening. It's like 80% the same situation. Is it exactly the same? No, but it's 80% the same situation. They generally didn't learn nothing. And they're back to the same drama, and they got the same BS excuses and crap to try to say that, oh, it's not really that big of a problem and everything will be fine. But meanwhile, you're releasing all your hot games on PC, and eventually, slowly, it's going to be a slow thing, but eventually, these titles will be day and date on PC. Okay? Not right now, it's not. Okay. But rest assured, day and date. Spider-Man was supposed to be my first PS5 game if I ever get one. But at this rate, it's not gonna be. It's only a matter of time when it comes to PS on the PC. It's only a matter of time when that announcement happens. It might happen this year still. It's only near the end of October. We have time still. This could still happen.
Sick. Let me go ahead and say this. I'm trying to get myself in a remembering situations, right?
All right.
Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man and Miles Morales will come to PC when Spider-Man 2 come out. They're going to PC. That's it. They're going in there, right?
Yeah.
So Spider-Man 2 might be PC day one because it's too long. They think that PlayStation is going to keep playing that narrative. Well, you know what? It's all good as long as we get our days day one. But PlayStation is looking at it like this, bro. It doesn't matter if the game comes out day one or comes out 3 years from now. The objective is not sales of the game, right? Because if the game is good, it's going to make money, right?
Yeah.
We are trying to
expect that at least.
Right. What they don't understand, y'all, this is where they're having a problem. This is why you see them transforming their names and all. They are the direct replica of what's going on with Sony. Like I told y'all, Sony is having a midlife crisis. They're trying to figure themselves out. Same with their little extremist community. They're having a midlife crisis. They're over here mutating into unicorns and stuff, right? Same thing, right? So when you look at what's about to happen, they're just letting them know that we are not going to wait around to put the money in the bag. That's not what we're waiting on. This whole situation about bringing our game to PC is about bringing more people to our subscription. We just want newer people subscribing because just like Eli the realist put up here, right? And just like J-Rock mentioned, what y'all don't understand is, reason why I told him to give out the numbers first, when I did it way up here at the beginning of the, I can't even get it now, but way up here, when we talked about 253 million, remember when we said that? It was like 253 million all together, all consoles, right? Added up around there, something like that. That's because they know that that's the peak. That's the peak. 258 million, so we just say 250 million. That's every generation. You can slice it and dice it however you want. See, the talking points of y'all been so lame that y'all don't even know how dumb y'all been all this time you came to this show. Till you came to this show, you now realize how dumb you look because it never was about those console sales. The industry understood when we hit 250 million, it's time to bring out another console. So let's see who makes the better console to sell the most out of the 250 million is the point. That's the real talk. Who sells the most out of 250 million? That's it. Because 250 million is when we stop and say, okay, next console. So right now we're fresh because we're nowhere near that number, right? But here's the bigger picture. Microsoft has already said, look, man, we ain't Sony, we ain't Nintendo. We're Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
We're trillionaires. We're not billionaires, right? We're in another bracket. So when we spend money, we spend billions. When Nintendo and Sony spend money, they spend millions. This is why you see Insomniac was sold for $226 million, but ZeniMax was sold for $7.5 billion. The banks are different, right? It's in what you spend, not how much you make.
Big bank versus little bank.
Right. It's how much you spend, because how much you spend shows your pocket and how much you give. Like one of my classic members of the
That's why they got Crystal Dynamics helping them out.
Right.
Yep.
The biggest people with the most money give more. You want to know if you want to know who has the most money, look how much that person gives. If you give the most, that means you are the richest. Microsoft has to give more money than anybody because they make more money. This is why look, bro, I'm going to get those 2 terabytes. See, you got these clowns on Twitter talking about the $400 2 terabyte SSD card, right? It costs more than the console. No, it don't. But you was dumb to say that. But you know how I'm going to get that 400? The same way I got my 200 one, by way of reward program. You know how easy that is? Forget me that 400. All I got to do is play these damn games
that they're giving you constantly on Game Pass.
They're giving me. And you know, I can get that within next year because that ain't nothing. I'm already, listen, y'all, I haven't even been trying.
By the time you need it, you'll have the points to buy it.
Sick. I haven't been trying and I almost have 40,000 points. I haven't even been trying. So every 91,000 is $100. Think about that. Wow. Every 91,000. Bro, do y'all know how close I am to just getting that first 100? 3 new games away, 3 blockbuster games away, and I'm almost there.
3 blockbusters you were going to buy anyway.
Facts. And all I got to do is get the deluxe edition ones. Just get the deluxe edition ones. Get about 3 or 4 of them. You got your first $100. Next one's come out, there's another $100. Next one come out, there's another $100. All I got to do is get close. Then I can cut my check, pay for the rest.
Oh, and this bears repeating for those who want to spin what he's saying later on. These are games he was going to buy anyway.
Facts.
It's not games he has to buy to get that. That's not what he's saying. Don't try to spin that later.
I ain't even worrying if they do that. I know how to get them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even worried about that. The bottom line is I know how I'm going to get that card. And I'm going to show everybody how I got that card, just like I got my first one. It didn't cost me anything. The first one didn't even cost me anything. See what I'm saying? Nothing. It was easy. I bought it off the off my reward points, transformed them into money, currency, and bought the damn thing. It was that simple. All we got to do is play video games. You don't even have to pay cash, bro. You don't even have to look, man. We get rewards on achievements. We get money off of achievements.
Yep.
So you don't even have to buy new games. All you have to do is simply play video games. You're going to get currency by playing video games. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So a person who don't know how to do this Xbox community doesn't have no business talking on it.
Listen, you could literally have Game Pass pay for itself with the Game Pass rewards.
Yeah. That's what I do. I just redeemed the on the Dreamers the other day. And I already got 3,000 points already.
J-Rock, they used to front like PC games used to crack me up, right? Y'all got to play for Xbox Live. Who told you that? That was my question. Who told you that? Because I ain't paid for Xbox Lives. I can't tell you the last time I paid for Xbox Live.
Yeah, well, that narrative went out the window finally, like 5-6 years back, too.
Facts.
PC
because once the PC gamers realize, damn, bro, we're paying for our Live because we play our games. It pays for itself. We don't have to pay for Xbox Live, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't know that. They over there with their chest out until we poked it and it deflated the chest.
Yeah, and the next thing about these cards, I want to say 2 things real quick. Number 1, don't buy the 512. The cost, there's no value for money.
No value whatsoever. Waste your time.
Because it's $140 for 512, but the 1 terabyte, the MSRP is $220, and that's enough to make my point, but it's on sale all the goddamn time. If you're paying 220 for the 1 terabyte, you done messed up. Okay, and remember, these are hot swappable. I said this last night. It bears repeating. By the end of the generation, and I tweeted this as well. By the end of the generation, I expect I might have multiple of these cards because you plug them in like cartridges, bro. You got your backwards compatible card. You got your FPS card. If you're a big Halo fan, you might have one where it's just all the Halo games on it. You got Master Chief Collection, 5, and Infinite, or whatever else is in the future, right? You could have like that. You could do it. You can skin that cat so many ways. But the fact that the drive is hot swappable is key. Secondly, I just want to add a lot of outlets, a lot of people from all walks of life are trying to talk like this Xbox thing is proprietary. No, it's not. It's a standard drive in a standard but uncommon adapter. That's all it is. And if you notice, you can get these drives for Xbox less than you get in those PC SSDs that you put into your PS5. It's that simple. And they're the same technology. For those who are trying to act like that, or the one on the Xbox is last generation and the one on the PS4 is the new generation, no. They're the same generation. PCIe 4, not 3. They're the same tech. Mm-hmm. One was just smarter than the other. They took the 4 lanes, put 2 to the system and 2 to a slot. The PlayStation, they put all 4 lanes into the system, and then off of that, it branches off into the slot. Like, that just don't even make no sense. And it's hard to use. This is the console market. I don't care. Yeah, it's really simple to just use a screwdriver and put in. Technically, yeah. But after a while, I expect to have multiple of these SSD cards. You think if on the PS5, I'm going to be sitting there opening up my PS5 from time to time to swap out SSDs? Are you kidding me? And they're more expensive? And you're trying to act like, I know the ones that Xbox have is proprietary, thus more expensive. And I see this industry-wide. It's not just these PlayStation fanboys who are saying it. It's the press in general. They always love to bring up the fact that it's proprietary. What does it matter to you if the prices are still right? Because what I'm seeing with these Xbox Drive are they're cheaper than the MSRP. They're on sale all the goddamn time. If you're not doing your homework, you deserve to get grifted. It's that simple.
I wanna say this real quick, right? Sucking all the air out of this room. I'm here to go on record. There's no bigger game than Halo when it comes to Xbox.
No bigger game
in gaming almost. You're not going to put the Incredible Hulk on our console and Halo comes around and Incredible Hulk outsells Halo. You're not going to put Superman on our console and Halo comes around and it outsells Halo. You can put Wonder Woman, Flash, you name it. You name it. Put Thanos. You could put Polygon Man from PlayStation on Xbox. It ain't outselling our franchise. It just ain't. Let me tell y'all something. Our last Halo, right, was Halo 5. And it was our most controversial Halo ever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that in its first 24 hours of release, from hardware to software, it had accumulated over $400 million? It shattered all. Now, I said this, not some, not many. It shattered all Halo series prior to. And
every Halo does that.
And you know what else is funny? No. WCCF Tech, June 10th, 2006. This one's for JyzalGamingTV. Because you know JyzalGamingTV loves numbers, you know. He's not a PlayStation fanboy because he owns one, right? He doesn't play it, but he's an Xbox fanboy and he loves numbers, right? That's all he talks about. Console sales, right? That's JyzalGamingTV. So JyzalGamingTV, I got one for you, bro. Halo 5 sold 5 million copies within its 3 months after its release. 5 million. 3 months after its release, right? Now, here's the funny part. As a series, they don't have, look, and your haters don't have to believe that. Just believe this, that as a series, it's at 81 plus million. I'm here to tell you right now that after Infinite hits, Halo, welcome to the $100 million category of sales.
And it's not even a question that's going to happen.
That's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Once that happens, Halo's in the talks with Minecraft, Tetris, Grand Theft Autos. Isn't that going to be a beautiful thing?
Actually, it may not, because in a way, right?
No, it's going to be in the talks. I said in the talks.
No. Here's why. Well, I mean, in literally. Okay, but yeah, in the talks, yeah, but
yeah, in
literally,
the talks.
It may not literally, because remember, multiplayer is free to play. You don't, and a lot of people only play multiplayer. And they say it openly. So they still gonna make that won't even
matter, right?
They're still gonna make this money. They're still gonna make this money.
That's right. Sig, listen, because what has this show been talking about? We destroyed the numbers.
Yep.
We gave them the reality that it's about people, new players. That's what this is about. Because let me take y'all all the way back, right? What is Microsoft's vision, JyzalGaming and Sig, to get how many players in the next 4 years?
Was it a billion?
How many?
A billion.
And that adds 2 billion, just 2 billion, right? That's their goal. But they want to get 1 billion right now. They want to get 1 billion, right?
Yep.
So let's do the numbers. 250 million, $1 billion. 250 million, $1 billion.
4 times as
So
much.
they're not into selling 100 billion consoles.
Yep.
Because they stop at 250. And
neither is Jim Ryan.
Xbox has never hit 250. No console has ever sold.
No console has ever done 2. So yeah.
Not one has ever sold 250 million by itself. Not one. Not one. Right?
Not even 200 million flat. Yeah.
Facts.
Not even 200 million.
Facts. So how do I get 1 billion gamers? How do I do that?
You got to
according to the ponies, by selling more consoles, but that's just not gonna happen.
You see, this ain't the show. If you a dummy, if you like to be dumb, this ain't the show for you. You see what I'm saying? I put out the disclaimer in the beginning. So you follow this trend of dummyism, right? You're not looking too good today, because it's not even about that. It's about getting new people on your console. Sony wants me to buy a PlayStation 5, like I've been saying. That's their mission.
Right.
And I'm good with that. I'm cool with that. I understand.
That's what they're supposed to do. Right.
The only problem with that, Sick and JyzalGaming, is I don't like how they lied to me to get it. I'm like this with PlayStation. You don't have to lie to me, Craig, to kick it. You just keep lying to me about the damn console. And then my man Craig Simmons out here today, he goes to collect. He takes the. I should have told him he messed up when he took the dust off the console.
Listen, the funniest thing I'm hearing right now is that Sony's approach is smart, because it'll get PC players to come to PlayStation after trying out these games. I'm like, listen, they already waited. Right?
Yeah,
they have no problem. They have no problem waiting.
J-Rock,
as a parent, right?
That is
right. Since the history of your console, you always hit a cap. So it's obvious they don't mind waiting.
They don't mind.
So all of a sudden, oh, they get to experience God of War. Now they're gonna
experience.
Right?
Why would a PlayStation fan?
Why would they jump and buy a console now?
Why would a PlayStation fan on PC go backwards? He ain't. Or she
no, just a PC fan. No, just a PC fan who never rocked PlayStation. They never played God of War. That's his point. They waited this whole time. Hell, they'll wait even longer. They're gonna wait forever. That's what they always did. Right. They didn't buy the console for the game. They didn't see it as worthy of buying a whole console for it. They might have played the game if it was on their platform, but it's not, so they're just not going to do it. But this is what Sony and Microsoft both see.
Sony is telling a PC gamer like you to pay $50 for a 3-year-old game.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? They want me to become a PC gamer.
I'm going to CD keys or whatnot, and I'll do it there.
I'm telling you right now, PlayStation is going to have their own Play Anywhere initiative.
Yep. Eventually, it's going to be it's going to be that. That's
I love it, J-Rock. Yo, sick. J-Rock just went out the handle. He's trying to get a never forgot moment. Say that again, J-Rock.
I'm telling you, PlayStation is going to have their own Play Anywhere initiative.
Yeah,
we're taking the air out of the room, and you see how J-Rock said that with no fear.
Yeah, it's facts. It's facts.
Right, it's facts, bro.
Nothing.
saying that with no fear. He's not guessing that. He's telling you what's going on. Y'all ain't learned yet, bro. See, that's why you stay away from people like us. You can
Listen,
say,
it's
toxic,
because
we this, we that.
we know the history. We know the history
It's
of these
common
consoles,
sense, really.
right?
Yeah.
Listen, you remember when they said they will never charge for online?
Facts.
And we were telling them, well, if they want to be at the same quality as Xbox Live, they're gonna have to start charging. Yeah. Like, no, they're never gonna charge. They love us. They know we'll never put up with this nonsense. Yep. And lo and behold, you put up with the nonsense, right? They put up with the nonsense, right? Once they came out, and said,
nobody batted an eye.
And then they started sounding, bro. And then they started sounding like us. We're like, well, we got to pay for quality. you get what you pay for. And we were like, bro, we've been telling you that, right? Yep. Now we told them about the games on PC. They're gonna expand over to the PC, guys. They're gonna expand, right? But we're telling them at the same time, it doesn't matter. You like playing on console, guys. It doesn't matter. You're still gonna play on console. You're gonna get the same experience. Don't worry about it. Now they're losing their minds. Now they're losing their minds.
Because they said all this stuff about when Xbox was doing it, right? When Microsoft said that they're gonna be supporting what for 2 years, right? And then they come out and what they say 3 or 4 years.
This is how stupid it is.
It's just like
y'all went and believed the dummy that went to talk to one of the heads, the number one guy of Xbox at the time, right? And told him it wouldn't make no sense for Xbox games and PC, and he ain't gonna buy the game, right? That same dummy has done nothing for you on your side of the field.
Yep.
He's done nothing.
Yeah.
He's bringing no difference to your outcome.
Yep. Makes it worse, actually.
Now you see why I laugh? Because you guys who believe in that dummy stuff are going to fall in that same ditch, which makes it even more funnier. Because, see, really, he wants you to believe that he's just trolling. You don't troll.
But he meant that shit. Yeah, you don't troll because you mean that shit.
Because trolling has quality to it. A real troller like 50 Cent. 50 Cent's trolling has quality.
He's a real troll. That's a real
troll. 50 don't troll dumb stuff that don't make no sense. A troller has integrity about his art form.
It makes everybody
idiot
laugh
that we see every day.
Yep.
This idiot that we see every day that says, "Oh man, I'm just trolling." That's a cop out. He knows he really don't know what the hell he's talking about. He knows he's been caught too many damn times being dumb. So now he's just giving into that, and he wants to make trolling look bad. No, I actually know some good trollers. That ain't one of them. And the other one that wears the crown, he's not good either. The other one that's like Pete's Dragon, but he's red, he's not good either. Like, none of these clowns are good at what they do. All right, there's too many L's. You got to get some W's in your bag. You got too many L's. That's not what trolling does.
They have so many narratives.
Automatically get L's, people. A troll is there to get W's. He ain't there to get L's. So the people that represent y'all's community, making you actually look dumber because they continue to get L's, just makes your community look dumb. This is why we're able to say what we say with no fear.
Yeah.
That's absolutely no fear. Absolutely.
Listen,
and we
say it like at the end of the day, I keep telling them the individual determines, right? The quality and the value of a product. It's the individual that determines it, right? Whatever you yourself create the value. You see the value. You're the one that determines whether or not something is valuable. No outside forces. Outside forces, as you know, advertising and stuff could try to entice you into believing it, but at the end of the day, you as the individual, you're the one that places the value into an item, into a product.
J-Rock.
Why is it that all of a sudden you can't?
In the beginning.
Why is it that if now somebody gets to enjoy that product, it is removing value from it?
Right.
That value is make pretend, is make believe. You make it up. It's up to you.
In fact, that value is added because now it's like, yo, other people want it. That's how dope it is. Other people want it.
Sick.
Right.
We're making money off
J-Rock.
Bro, I never cared. Right? I never cared about Halo going to PC. I never cared about any of that because Halo is I placed my personal value into Halo, right? Out of the enjoyment I get out of it. I don't care whether or not it's an exclusive. The game is the game. And this is what these ponies are going to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what people are now. And I could do flashback videos of people like MBG, right? When he castrated and crucified Microsoft for doing something, and say, how can you cheer for the downfall of a system?
Real quick,
right? And then I could cut into his video where now he's coming to his senses and be like, well, at the end of the day, I prefer the console gaming because it's a unique experience and that's what I enjoy. That's what you should have been saying since day one, bro.
J-Rod, look, man, it's like this. Look, you look, man, J-Rod, you buy a new car, right? Mm-hmm. The worth of your new car is when you wash it, keep it waxed. You don't care because your neighbor has the same car as you and they don't ever clean it up. The value is what you think of your car. Now watch this. This is the dumb part about it, Sick and Jay in the chit chat room. They said that if the Xbox games go to PC, that's gonna depreciate the art of buying consoles. Look how dumb they look today. The Xbox One X and the Xbox One S, right, is sold the most than Xbox One X and S, right, in Japan. Out of 4 years, it's already caught up to it in 10 months.
Yep.
The Xbox One X and S have both sold over 7 million. Both. They're doing well, bro. They're doing excellent. All right? They're doing excellent. What I mean by that is the total amount, because they're moving together. Even though they're two items sold separately, they're moving under the series concept. So out of the series concept, both consoles have totaled out over 7 million. Right now,
yep.
Our games are on PC, bro. It has done nothing to the PC community, it has done nothing to the console community. You know why? Because the same people who bought the consoles last gen and the gen after that and the gen after that and the gen after that are content with being console gamers. The key thing is this. Microsoft said, right now they said Microsoft has made 30 million Xbox Series consoles, right? 30 million right now, but they got to get issued out. So the shortages are not there. It's just the shipment to get them to people is the shortages, right? The thing about it is people don't understand that Microsoft is after new people. They want to see new accounts. That's all they care about. They don't care if you go buy a console.
Right.
They don't care if you buy a PC. Because when you buy, or they don't care if you go buy the new phone. All they want you to do is be a new subscriber to Xbox.
Illegal. Let me ask you something, right? You play Back for Blood, right?
Facts.
It's cross-play, right?
Facts.
So while you was playing it, right, and you teamed up with a random.
Facts.
Did you ever stop and think, yo, is this guy playing on the PlayStation 5? Is he playing on the PC? And then
don't think like that.
And did that bring down your enjoyment of the game? Like, damn, yo, he probably running on this super rig, probably on 3090 right now, bro. He seen a whole bunch of extra birds and bushes and like
I was more
like that, bro.
About that, J-Rock. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was, and that's why I was dying all in my sessions when I went live. We could never just get past anything.
I'm telling you, like that shit is ridiculous when you break it down. Like, why do you even care? Like,
yeah,
if you're enjoying the game, you're enjoying the game.
That's what it's supposed to be about. So what are you doing? Like, I don't get it. Like, no, but you know what it is? Let's just say with the obvious thing in the room, because it's like I'm tired of hearing this conversation for so many years and nobody just says what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Look, this is what it is. I'm just going to have to say it straight.
Right. Xbox derangement syndrome.
It's not even about Xbox or PlayStation or whatever, because these dudes will do it for whatever platform, right? It's whatever they picked because they thought that was going to be the one. So now they got a cap for it because they don't want to be wrong. They're so whatever the opposite of confidence is, because I don't know what that is, right? I just do not. I'm confident should be my middle name, right? I believe it in what I think and believe in because I know the facts back me up, right? So if you buy a PlayStation and there's not a lot of games for it, you know the truth. You know how much you're paying for these games. You know what's on the horizon, what's not on the horizon. And if you're really looking across the pond at what the competition is doing, you know what's going on over there. So when you start getting all angry in your feelings, everybody sees it. It could have been if you were an Xbox gamer last generation and you didn't like how Xbox was going last generation, but you want to sit there and cap for it because there was some Xbox guys who sat there and cap for it and made the whole community look bad, right? We talk about that one clown, and Phil Spencer had to check him publicly, right? Mm-hmm. It just goes to show it's the mentality of it. It's not even about the system, the mentality of it. You try to make yourself look to other people like you're all knowing when we're all just human. You can't just accept an L and learn from it. You got to sit there and act like you're above everybody, like you're fucking 8 or 12 years old still. Open your eyes. If you want to rock PlayStation or Nintendo or Xbox or PC, that's cool. But when you want to attack other people because they're not in your lane, it doesn't matter how right you are when you get down to specific facts. You're a loser forever in my mind. Until you openly admit and change yourself and stop, you're forever going to be a loser in my mind. It doesn't matter what platform you rock, what platform you cap for. It's the BS behind what you say. It's why when I talked about that dude, when he was predominantly Xbox only, he was still a clown in my eyes. I see a clown when he's not real. I know when real is not, okay, when someone is not real, you're not real, and you show it no matter what you cap for. And that clown was capping for Xbox, and so what happened? Here you go. That's how dumb it's become. Look at the spaces now. Look how dumb it's become now. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter if it's Xbox, PlayStation, whatever. There's a bunch of dudes out there just patting themselves on the back for the platform they represent. And they're there all day. There's some Xbox dudes who do that too. But there's also Xbox dudes who are out there talking what they want to talk about, making their points, and then they out. And I'm sure PlayStation guys exist like that too, but you never see them. They're overwhelmingly these console fanboys. It's not Xbox. I'm against all of that no matter what platform you rock. And as a dude who rocks PC as well, I've seen from everybody talking crap about PC they know nothing about, even when they rock PC. Okay? Because they buy, it's what they say, and you laugh because you know what I'm talking about. It's the little in-between things they say. It's the little contradictions they say, and then later on, when PC is not a part of the conversation they're having, right? They'll start saying opposite things. There's no consistency in what they're saying. There's no consistency in nothing they rep for. And it doesn't matter if they're Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, or PC, or mobile, or whatever. Stay consistent, because when you're not consistent, everybody sees it. And that's what's going on. These people out here running their mouths trying to defend whatever side they chose, and will do that to the death until there's no respect. They
just gone to that Love and Hip Hop Gaming Edition. That's what they want.
Yeah. They just want the drama and the clout, and they want to be able to say, "Yeah, I'm on the winning team," but you're a loser. Even if your team is winning, you're a loser because that's the only thing that you're about. Not about the side you choose, about being on the winning side, so you can brag and say that stuff to other people. That's why no matter what platform you rock, you'll still forever be a loser to me.
And it's coming from both sides. Just these personal attacks, and all this nonsense. I'm like,
yes,
what are you guys doing, man? Then they jump. But my thing is, like you said, it's just for clout, man. Because they jumping onto these other spaces. Why are you gonna go to a pony space and just?
What do you think is going to happen to you? And that's if they even let you speak. They'll let you speak just enough to find a hole in what you're saying to dump on you.
They just mute you.
Yeah, they'll mute you, and they'll all shit on you. You're done.
Right.
And then they'll take the clip and put it all over the internet.
Right.
And
edit it, cut it up, slice it up.
Before you went. Yep. And you should have known before you even went that was going to happen. That makes you a loser too. That makes you a loser too in my mind.
A bunch of them don't want to have no genuine discussions about anything. It's just screaming competition. Like I said, I'm not about to go over there and start debating opinions. Like, that shit's ridiculous. Why am I start
shameful. It's shameful.
Debating an opinion and a preference. Like, you like what you like. That's what you believe. Listen, I don't believe that, but if you want to believe it, believe it.
Yeah.
If you believe that PlayStation has the best looking games, then believe it. I don't think it's true, but go ahead and believe that.
But when you sit around lying about it and making all these extra things, that's when everybody's coming after you now. Okay, it's just that simple, and that's the mindset.
It's that simple, y'all.
It's just that simple.
I love it, man. We're gonna conclude it. I think that was beautiful to end it right there. Y'all killed, bro. Y'all went on a killing spree right there, man. Of nothing but truths. Nothing but truths. Y'all was Jada kissing and Styles P right there for a minute, man. Bam, bouncing off of each other. Listen, man, we're gonna make this short. Shouts to the everlasting, ever grateful, ever loving, most appreciated super chat that I got over here. The chit chat room of the Xbox community and real gamers, man. We always appreciate you guys. Thank y'all all for coming out.
Absolutely.
J-Rock, let them know where they can find you at, man.
Always on Twitter, man. I don't have a YouTube channel yet, but I've been talking with Legal, and we're working on that.
Facts. Six Slayer, let them know where they can find you at, sir.
Same here. You can find me on Twitter. Normally, this time, or at least an hour ago, we would have been beginning the Dragon's Den podcast at 6 p.m. Eastern, but unfortunately, that couldn't happen. There was a death in Lemon's family, so unfortunately for him.
Oh man.
Yeah. So condolences. But we'll be back next week. You can catch me right here on Di-RRec Gaming. From time to time, we have these pop-up podcasts, man. They can happen at any time. So just follow me on Twitter, and I'll keep you all posted when we decide we're doing it. Follow me on Twitter, and yeah, I too am beginning slowly. I'll be doing that YouTube thing. I'm gonna do a little test review of the 8-bit Xbox remote that I picked up a couple weeks ago as a little test video, because when the Steam Deck releases, I'm definitely doing a unboxing. So I want to try to do my best with that. So I need some practice before that comes. So I'll be putting out a couple of videos here and there. Nothing serious. I have no experience in none of this. I just have a little bit of knowledge on what's supposed to be done. So excuse the bad quality. I'm sure that will be there early on, but eventually, man, yeah, just stick with me, man. It's going to be a learning process, and y'all all get to watch and witness the learning up alongside me. So yeah, until next time, peace.
Yeah, man. Shout outs to 108 Dragon, man. We sorry to hear about that. That's one of the last of the Dons, man, that go out in these real streets and talk gaming. He does not care. He out there, man, really walking around, really showing gaming, man. That's 108 Dragon right there. All day long, man. He doesn't care where he's at. Hey, condolences goes out to him and to whoever the loved one that he's lost, man, and his family. So just give a shout outs to him. Thank you two guys, man, for Sick. Thank you for calling up and saying, look, man, we got to go in. And thank you, J-Rock, since what, Thursday? J-Rock, I've been late on J-Rock since Thursday. Like, I be getting home making up excuses, man. I'm tired now, being for real, though, but I still making up excuses. J-Rock, let's go the next day. J-Rock the next day. All right, let's make it Saturday, man. But like yesterday, man, we were going to bomb it, but, you know, J-Rock was out with the missus. See, J-Rock ain't always on Twitter. J-Rock has a real life. Sometimes I hit up Six Slayer. Yo, man, I got a date coming over. These guys ain't always on Twitter.
Yeah, my phone rang in the middle of dinner. She just looked at me like, I know you ain't about to pick up your phone.
Exactly.
Yo, man, if I'm not with a female, or if I'm not working on this house, I'm gaming. And as y'all can see, I haven't been gaming too much because I got other things to do in life. So I ain't gonna be around Twitter arguing with these morons all day long with no facts, no knowledge, no nothing. I ain't about that. I got real life to live. I don't know about y'all.
Man, shout out to Teknoblast that ain't with us, right? He out there
right there,
running around with his family, got his boys doing whatever he's doing, or he might be working on his fence or whatever he's doing. So it ain't all the time we just hit. We ain't on, like my man Teknoblast would say, we ain't on Twitter.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? I got to meet up with him too because I got to get my Astro hat. I can't wait to wear it, man. He got me the Astro hat, the all orange, man. I got to get it from him. But I hope he's doing okay as well, man. Listen, it's the new legal representing Di-RRec Gaming. We the echo chamber of the Xbox Live community, man. Shout out to my man Rain G4, no doubt, man. 108 Dragons. Thanks y'all all for coming out on the show. And remember, always keep it gaming. That's been my problem. When I get off today, when I get off this show right now today, man, I'm getting back on my Xbox, man. I got somebody from Canada that's gonna run some co-op with me. So I gotta get back with him. But keep it gaming. Remember, chase the one up in life, man. And until next time, y'all, we will see y'all soon. Soon as breaking news hit, one of these dudes hit me up and demand for the show. Thank y'all for all this continued support that y'all been doing throughout the years, man. We out of here. Y'all be safe. And God bless.
Deuces. Peace.